What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Wednesday. Spirit Therapy Day. We got Gary with us. What's up? How you doing, guys? How you doing?
I changed my hat, so when I came in, this ain't the hat I wore today, so I got it. This is for Dagan, if he's in here. He likes my hats.
Oh, nice.
Kind of cricket.
All right.
That seems straight.
I'm having some issues here. Hold on, GG. I may cut out real quick because I'm. Yep. Okay. Get it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Awesome. So, before I do the roll call, Johnny, I just wanted to let you know. I don't know if you know this or not, but remember the dude that used to always be first in our chat that I always comment on because he had the weird thing, like the weird like circle around his name, Zuvich.
Yeah, Zuvich. Yeah. What happened to him?
He's been absent from our chats.
Oh.
But he's been in Ken's chats.
Oh, okay.
And he's first on the screen, but he says nothing. So there's I'm going conspiracy theory. There's something going on. I think he's a Russian bot. That's what I'm going.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Hold on. Chad Straza. This is like the grand. I brought plenty of hats today, sir. Wardrobe change.
My stuff is just not playing nice tonight, Johnny. I don't know why.
This is for Chad.
Eric said you ran him off. I think so. I think so. Every time you shouted him out, you're like, "Hey, Zuvich," or whatever. He got scared. He was just like,
maybe he did.
I don't know. You know, they see me.
Yeah, and now he's with Ken. I don't know. I think he might.
Maybe
he
thinks that nobody saw him.
Can I do an unboxing?
Yes, Gary. Sometimes in the next 2 hours, like at 10:29, you can do an unboxing.
Please, Dad.
So we do just Joe's.
I got to do the roll call, Gary, but my stuff is screwing up right now, and I can't get YouTube to come up. So that's why I'm kind of vamping a little bit.
Okay.
Things on my end are a little crazy. Oh, and it's still just spinning. You know, JG, I think I'm going to do a complete back out and come back because that's the only way I think this.
Okay. Yeah. Reset it.
Don't let him back in. Block him out.
I can't do that.
It's the JG show. Let's go.
That's a good one. It's good. No, I can't do the show without Joe. Just can't do it. It won't be the same.
I changed my name.
I always say that. Oh man. So you have an unboxing.
Yes.
I wonder if there's enough time to do that before he gets back. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
I want Joe to see it.
I gotta turn off my volume. Oh, it's off. Okay. All right, we're back. Yay! There we go. All right. Yeah, now we're good. All right, let's pretend it's 4 minutes ago. Let's see who is in the house.
We just pulled a J. Cruz. It's all right.
Yeah. we still got 25 minutes to officially start the show, guys.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Oh, my God, yeah.
I can't see all the way to the beginning. I've just got Chris saying Yardstick in the house. So we'll go with Chris. What is up, Chris? Pete White has a story to tell. I'm going to be his vehicle. We'll get into that a little later. Levi Patterson, what's up, my man? Mrs. Mick, good to see you. Make sure that you liked your husband Val up a few times tonight, please. Deliberately Bearded, always faithful. Jeff Rice, what's up? Good to see you. Benjamin, good to see you, Benjamin. McMahon, there he is. He's in the McMahon guys. He's always changing that guy. Socially bearded McMahon. Rob Acker and his beautiful eagle on flag. Eric Kennedy. I got some things to say to Eric. Man Beards Oil Tears. Man Beards Oil Tears. I've seen you in other lives, but I don't recall seeing you in this one. So thank you for stopping by if this is one of your first times or your first times. Christos, all the way from the Greek Isles. Good to see you, my man. Casey, what's up, brother? Jason Finn. We were chatting just the other night in a live. Diablo, the devil himself is here, followed by the devil's clown, Bearded Vato. Good to see you, Vato. Vato, we still need to get you on here. Billy Rogers, what's up? Liz Haynes, sounds like an ex-student of mine.
No, she's one of my greatest supporters. They're the one who bought me
Awesome.
the cuss box. Their daughter sent me the swear box with a sign that told
Awesome. Well, glad to have
that's
you
cool.
here, Liz. Awesome. Copper John Tyson, what's up? Chad, Macho Man Stronzo, good to see you. Chesapeake Beard and Grooming. Wow. How does that happen? Chad Disney Beardson, what's up, Dan? Andy Schumacher, haven't seen you for a while, guy. Josue Zamora, good to see you. Russ Young. Russ Young has got a cool, what's Russ? He's got a cool, interesting, like, Instagram name. That's not Russ Young. It's like the furthest thing from Russ Young. And there we are. We are good. I'm just here for Gary, says Liz. All right, boot her, Johnny.
Did I show you the
I can't boot her.
Come on! Some blue right there. I'm just kidding, Liz.
Did I
I'm
show you
just
the
kidding.
sign, Joe, that her and her daughter, they sent me a box with some treats and stuff they got for me. And her daughter wrote me a note saying that I used too many bad words.
Oh,
So look at the sign they got for me.
Oh, that is awesome.
I know I
What
swear a lot. Hey, sorry. You good. 1 and 2 are lies.
How old's the daughter?
Her name's Bria, and I think she's 11.
Okay.
Could be wrong on the age, though.
Okay. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Oh, and look at that. Healthy Beard coming in at 8:37.
Wow.
Snook
8:37.
Seeker. That's it. Yeah, 8:37. Hey, that's earlier than last night.
Jay, you're late.
Yeah, no kidding. Beards and Shenanigans. I think I saw Walter's Prime too. Yeah, there's Walt.
Oh, she's 9. I'm sorry.
She's 9. And she's part of that sign.
Well,
That's racy stuff. It's great for beard
I don't
therapy.
think she picked the sign out. She picked.
Do you know?
I'm sure she picked the swear jar out.
Oh, okay. There you
Okay.
Oh, someone gonna get rich quick if he were to abide by that swear jar, I'll tell you.
Well, I told her I'm gonna start. I have to get some bills and some quarters because the F word is $1, and that's gonna be full quick.
Yeah.
When I fill it up, I'm gonna use it to buy Bria, the daughter, a gift with it.
Nice.
That's it. That's the idea, Jason.
Have you sent her any of the ladies line stuff?
I sent. Bria really liked our hat, so I did send her one.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, they've got matching beanies. Yeah, they're just good supporters, and they sent me a gift. Dude, they were just wonderful people. Wonderful people.
She
Awesome.
did not pick the sign out. She picked the jar though. Yeah, she picked the jar. Like you
Okay.
did.
It was my kid should have picked that sign, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna be saving Pete's story till 9:30. And Johnny's going to be talking to Gary about a little business stuff. But I just wanted to say, I wanted Gary on here because we're doing the tour that's not a tour. You know, the guys who make the beer community a better place. And
I'm the opening act of this tour, so I'm like, you know, the cover band from Uncle Joe's cousin's workshop. You know.
I think I've been noticing too. The more I've been watching, you know, I always knew Chesapeake had a lot of love, but like when people say, "What's your favorite butter in Alive?" or "What are you wearing?" and stuff, just all. And then with your 2021 sense, Gary, seeing a lot of love across the board. You know, whatever month we're in, a lot of people are on top of those sets. So
I need to know what streams you watch. 'Cause I always say, like, I get all this behind the scenes messages and loves about my stuff, and I see the orders, and I know how much of my stuff everybody has. But every time somebody says, "What's your favorite? What's your this?" you never see my name.
well,
Watch the stream.
here's what I'm gonna tell you. Okay, when
I'm not complaining.
No. But when I started, the bigger companies to me were like you, Honest Ape, Lux. Fable hadn't gotten that big yet. So let's just take those three, probably a couple others. And nowadays, I'm rarely seeing Lux. I'm not seeing Ape. I'll occasionally see Fable, but he's huge, and I always see Pete. And I wouldn't be blowing hot air up your ass if that weren't the case. I always see
It
Pete.
is kind of cold in here, so I could use some hot air.
Can't we all? We need that attachment on Johnny's bidet. You got the hot water and the hot air.
That's the one thing. It gets cold here, and my wife's like, "You bought 2 bidets now, none of which have hot water, and none of which I'm using, and none of which I've hooked up yet." So,
No, the one I got doesn't have hot water.
no.
My wife wanted it. I was like, no, because I don't want to do all the plumbing work for it.
I bought the one that Johnny just got, and I ordered mine after him and got mine like 3 days before him.
Yeah. Well, I ordered a bunch of stuff on mine too.
Oh.
I ordered like CDs.
Can I do my unboxing?
This jerky.
You
Very
can do your unboxing. And as you're getting your unboxing ready, we were on Ken's show Monday night, and I didn't know how that was going to go just because, it's Ken. And I felt like I didn't want to screw up. What a great time that was. I had a blast on Ken's show.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
You need to
You do
smell
the
it.
unboxing.
So
Whenever you're done.
Yeah,
I was
what
on
are you
Live
doing?
Chat with Johnny Grooms,
Yeah.
and we all know I'm addicted to my hats and my Dixons, right? And I found a new addiction, and this is going to be a very expensive one. I found that you can customize shoes. And I like shoes. You mean they feel good on your feet. So Johnny and I were talking. We're on the Nike site, and so I customized some Air Force Ones. Those didn't come in yet, but then I also those just shipped. But I didn't realize on the Nike site, so I'm guessing they bought Converse out because you can customize some Chuck Taylors. So I did that, and I used to collect Chuck Taylors. I had like 20 different colors, so they just came in. So these are my custom Chuck Taylors.
Ooh. I like those.
Black and the white with a white tongue.
I always think of Chuck Taylor's as having that higher ankle,
I did a low.
Yeah, those are high tops. Those are
Yeah.
those are low ones.
the high tops. I rarely see them in a low top, but that looks pretty slick.
Yeah, I did the black and the white business colors, the white tongue. I had the
Yeah.
white, and I did the white stripes going around the whole thing. Yeah,
They
Wow.
look good.
pretty rad. And what's cool about the custom ones is that they put it together just for me. They wasn't
Yeah.
just grab it off the shelf. They put it together for
Right.
me. And it even says in the box like these Converse are one of a kind, made just for you. Yada yada. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Rob Acker says now you need a zoot suit, and it's a 1942 again. And you're
I
ready to
might
roll.
have worn a zoot suit to prom. Just saying.
I can see that.
I kind of like, hey, when I say I grew up with Hispanics and we did those things, I'm not lying to you.
Yeah. Jason Esser liked him. Donna Long says you can wear them with the tux. So everyone's going with the better fashion wear and then those shoes.
That's true. Like when I was getting married and I was renting my tux, Chuck's was an option. You can get either shoes or Chuck Taylors with your suit, with your tux. So like that, and I was like, oh, I want that. And my wife was like, no. I was like, but I want to be comfortable. She goes, I don't care. I was like, okay.
Those are going to look good with my Dixon work shirt. Mm-hmm. But I have some
Oh, yeah.
custom black and white Air Force Ones on the way. Can't wait.
I'm resisting the urge to order them, even though
Johnny
my
got
wife
permission.
she got permission. She gave me the permission. She was like, I said, I want to get some Nikes, because she orders Nikes, like they're going out of style. Like she has like 4 or 5 pairs already, and then she starts with the Adidas and the Reeboks and all that stuff. So she's got a lot of sneakers, way more sneakers than I have. So I said, you know what? I want to get my own pair of Nikes. And I want to custom order them. And she's like, yeah, it's okay. And I told her how much it was. And she was like, okay, yeah, it's okay. So, but like, I still haven't made that leap to get it. And when I bought beard products instead. So I have to wait, but it's okay. It's all right.
I did that too this past weekend, including some new
Yeah, I think all the money I was going to use for sneakers, I used it on beard products. And I bought more beard products.
Well, you guys
If I
just
don't
got to
have
help
enough
Johnny.
already.
Well, Johnny's so close to 1,000, he can start buying the finer things of life. So we just got to get him there and get some money trickling in over to the groom's casa, and he'll be straight.
As soon as you hit that 1,000, that switch hits. They and then the checks come.
You get those big sacks of like cartoon cash falling from the sky. Oh, shit. Well, I know that Johnny wanted to chat CBD with CBG. So, gentlemen?
Yeah. All right. So everybody knows, Gary's has the Chesapeake being grooming company, but the other company that he has is Peak CBD. So kind of like, asking a couple of questions on that because it's a separate company. It's a different thing. So we'll start with the question of what made you move over to the CBD side. Like, what was the thing that sparked the idea to make the CBD line in the Peak CBD company?
So I actually started the journey into CBD about 2 years ago. And I always have a little picture that I saved that with artwork and has the date on it, just because, sometimes people like to challenge, your information. And did some research, did some stuff. Apparently I didn't do enough research, because when I finally decided to start with some stuff, Shopify shut me down like in a matter of minutes because they don't allow, their payment processor doesn't allow the processing of CBD items. So then once that happened, I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to go through I just don't have the time to jump through these hoops right now. And like, it's really not a priority at the moment. Fast forward to Fable released their CBD products. And I saw that, there actually was, because before that, I didn't really know. Well, let me reverse. Mountaineer brand started their CBD products. Then came Fable. And then I'm like, you know what? We got two guys already going into it. Apparently since, it seems like there's a market for it. So maybe it's worth jumping through these hoops now. So I said, you know what? Let's do it. But if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Like, it's going to be all in. So then I started looking with Shopify to see what payment processors they were going with. Expensive as all hell. So I said, nah, I'm not going to give them that much of my money. So I did some own research, and I found a payment processor that I was already using for non-CBD products. They had a pilot program at the time. Since I was into the pilot program, I got like a really good rate. And I'm stuck at that rate now since I started with them in their pilot program. So I paid less than what you'll pay if you started now.
Okay.
And said, you know what, let's just do it. But since I went with a payment processor that Shopify doesn't accept, they only accept a few of them, I ended up having to make a totally separate website. And the payment processor I chose has their own web hosting service too. So I just had to make a whole new website. And that's basically why it became two separate companies, because Shopify didn't accept that payment processor. So I couldn't merge that processor onto their hosting platform. So that's why we decided to do the two separate businesses. It makes it kind of a pain in the butt as far as having to get people to, because if it was on my Shopify thing and they could just click a tab and then relink it to a new site, that'd be great. Right. So it is hard getting the, people coming, hey, come to this website. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get in there. Right. You can't really advertise on Facebook and stuff. But that's basically how we started. And I knew we were going to do more. It wasn't going to be, here's CBD oil, CBD butter, and CBD wash and co-wash, which we do have coming soon. It was going to be a CBD company. Like, we were going to do the beard care. We were going to do body care, edibles. It was going to be everything that CBD related that I wanted to put out.
Okay.
It's not just for the beard, which we already have edibles. And at this point in the game, I am not going to produce my own edibles until I can have a facility or a 100% sterile, clean room, stainless steel, everything where I know confidently that I'm going to make something that I'm okay with you putting in your body. We won't make those. So with our edibles we just released, we actually used the company that you referred me to because you use them. You referred a lot of people to this company. A lot of our friends and mutual acquaintances use them. So I'm like, it's already an established company. I know a lot of people who use them and love the product, and they get results with the product.
Right.
So there's nothing further I need to do. I don't need to do any testing with it as far as sending out to people, let me know how you feel, because all my friends are already using it. So that they tested it for me without me even having to launch a test program for it. So I contacted with them. They approved me as a whole retailer for them, and that's what we have on our site for edibles. But yeah, there's much more coming as far as that goes. But yeah,
that's cool.
But that's how I got started. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, hey, no, you perfect. So when besides the whole like the Shopify thing and having to make the other website, what was the biggest challenge of making a CBD beard care line?
1 second, my wife's texting me.
Okay.
She's impatient.
Okay. Yeah, that happens with.
I mean, it's like when I say, "Hey, I'm going to be live on a show today," and she knows I can't respond on doing that, and she's like, "Question mark, answer me." It's like, woman.
Yeah. My wife does the same thing. She does the same exact.
Ask me a question for something on Saturday. It's only Wednesday. Calm down.
Answer me.
But yeah, I'm sorry. So what was your question again?
So yeah, besides the whole Shopify thing and making having to make a whole new website and everything like that, what was the biggest challenges of making? Well, the biggest challenge of making a CBD beard care line?
So I wouldn't say there's any like big challenge. It was just like a whole new world. I mean, like the word challenge means it's difficult. Like it's not difficult if you're not a dumbass. You mean like you just have to, if you're going to dive into it, you need to dive into it with your full attention. And that's probably the hardest thing to do, is to divide my attention, since I am the only person operating both businesses. But you had, and like I said, and we started it 2 years ago, so I've had that much time to kind of learn things. So, I mean, you had to learn what a certificate of analysis is and why it's important to have them, what it takes to get them, understanding how to read one, the legality of CBD, what you can and can't do, and what you can and can't sell. So I think that would probably, if you had to attach the word challenge to it, that'd just be it. And just making sure you do things the correct way. But ultimately, it's not a difficult process. It's just not simple.
Okay. All right, so I got the website up. Let's show people what it looks like if they don't know what it looks like. Hang on here.
The biggest mistake anybody could do that wants to add CBD is just, oh, hey, I'm going to throw CBD in my beard oil, put it on my website, and there we go. Well, you can't do that. Because like PayPal, you can't process CBD payments with PayPal. They will hold your money.
Okay.
Shopify, you can't process them with them unless you have an approved third-party processor. So what is Yao Ming? I don't know what that means. So there are things you have to do. You just can't throw it on there. And CBD is a relatively, I don't want to say it's relatively new, but it's relatively new to the beard world.
Yes. For beard care, yeah, it's relatively new.
And people, and it's not just, hey, I'm going to add CBD to make a quick buck. If that's your mindset, then you're going down the wrong hole. Like that's a rabbit hole you just want to shut off and don't go down. Don't listen to the Mad Hatter and don't follow the rabbit. Don't go that way. If you're going to do it for genuine purposes to help, then that's different.
Hang on here. I should have done that. I didn't think to do that. No, I'll put it. I'm going to pin it.
Okay, I can't do that.
Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Let it load. I'm going to pin this. This is to the Peak CBD site. Oh, God. Every time. All right. So, like I said, I got the website up. Let's share it so everybody can see what it looks like.
And I do want to say, there is not a single CBD product that I offer that will make you fail a piss test. You mean?
Right.
You'd have to consume a swimming pool size amount of this stuff to fail a piss test. Okay,
so right up front, we got the vintage collection right here. Got the oil, the butter. Hey, I didn't make it. It's not my fault, Joe. It is what it is. What do you want from me?
I'm sorry, Joe.
He's shaking his head like I put it, like I designed it.
The reason why that's on the main site, because that's the most recent release. So I put that as featured. Yeah, it wasn't planned.
That's why I was laughing earlier because I was looking at the side. I'm like, it's just like all right. And then you got the gummies here out of stock. Yeah, so there's free shipping on your purchases. That's awesome because it's all. I don't know. Is it included in the price or just they just qualify for free shipping because of the cost? Is that why it's free shipping?
Free shipping, regardless. It's always included in the price somewhere because it has to come from somewhere.
Right.
If you pull up the oil, what is it? $24.98. Is that what the oil is? Just scroll down so you can see the oil right there.
$24.98.
Yeah. So, in the bundle, the $52.98. Yeah, the shipping's inside that. So I'm paying.
Gotcha.
I'm paying the shipping for you out of my profits, basically. Or you can look at it like you're paying the shipping because it's built into the price. However you want to look at it, shipping's built in. Shipping's built. There's never free. Shipping's never free.
Gotcha.
And people like I could sell something for $48.98 and include the shipping extra, or sell it for, let's say shipping's $4, or sell it for the $52.98. And they're going to take the $52.98 because they don't see that extra shipping cost, even though it's the same exact thing.
Hey, Gary, Disney asked, Gary, you can't put a link for Peak CBD on the Chesapeake site?
No, I have. I just updated the CBG website. And I did have a page saying, looking for Peak CBD, go here, but you can't do an actual link for it. I can't hyperlink it through. At least I have not figured out how to do that yet. Let's just say that.
All right, so yeah, we got 5 cents. Dublin, Valens, Luxurious, Vintage, and Kauai. What I really like, and I love the cleanliness of the whole line. It's a very, subtle change to each label. It looks very professional, nice and clean. I dig that whole theme you have going there. That's awesome.
It's good design. You have the logo, but it's kind of like almost watermarked. Mm-hmm. So it's there, but it's kind of hanging in the back. A couple questions. Actually, a question and statement. Chad Strauss has said he's hearing that Valens. A lot of people have Valens in their top scents right now. Donna Long asks, is it a legal requirement to have a COA in order to sell CBD, or is it more of a good business operation / customer trust?
It is not a legal requirement yet. So to repeat something that Colin has said, and Dan C has said, that if you don't think CBD is regulated yet, stand the F by. It's coming.
Yeah.
The regulation is
so just like our friend Colin says, I'd rather do what they're going to require us to do now, because then it's going to be less changes, less mandates, less heat for people if you're just already doing it.
Right.
And it's good for the consumer. So if you have two companies, you put them side by side, and one is fully transparent, just telling you everything, and the other one you have to dig and beg for stuff, you should never have to dig and beg. So that right there, like the other side's going to have problems when the regulations come down. And if people start doing shady stuff, it's going to affect all of us in the end. So if you do it right now, if you do it the right way now, it's going to benefit everybody in the long run.
So, Gary, I have a question just to ask you, because between the Peak CBD and the Scent of the Month Club, I've said it a few times. It seems to me that you as a businessman, Chesapeake as a business, is kind of going through a renaissance. What do you attribute that to? Just a new hunger, a new desire, your own creative energies?
Man, we'd have to go back to day one to kind of like get to where we're at now. So from day one when I started, and I think, so when I first started my Chesapeake, I didn't even know who Beard Brand was. I had not the slightest idea. I remember being in a live stream and somebody's talking about Eric Bauernholtz, and I go, who the F is Eric Bauernholtz, and why should I give a shit? Like, I didn't know who he was. I quickly learned who he was, and I respect what he's done. So I think companies now have an advantage of all the work in the last few years that us guys who started out as the smaller guys have done, but they can come out swinging from the fence, geared up in every aspect of the business. Figuring out labeling and website design and the scent game has changed dramatically since when I started before. You can get away with just your 1, 2, 3 simple fragrances or essentials and call it a day. So I think that's kind of like where we progressed. Like the first year, I was a basic bitch. You know what I mean? Like we were the Starbucks of the beard world, just your basic, you know. Didn't really sell much that first year. Second year, we blew up as far as we go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like an 800% growth from 1 to 2. You know what I mean? Which 800% of nothing it's not a lot, but it's like 300%. So I just had to just keep progressing. And then you've got guys like Chad and Scott at Beard Mana. God bless their souls. Little guys like that, I don't want to say I'm afraid of them, but they're kicking at my back door. And I'm like, I've got to up my game. I can't just, you know, sit happy in my, you know, my laurels over here, just chilling and doing what I think is good. I have to progressively or aggressively change in a progressive manner. And that doesn't make any damn sense. So basically it became the time, you know what, there's so many companies now, there's a new company popping up every day. In order to stay relevant, I have to progress. I have to be better tomorrow than I was today. So that's just basically what it is. That's what sparked the Renaissance, if that's what we're going to call it.
That's what I'll call it.
Yeah.
And you can say that shit about Beard Mana, but for those who don't know, and I know many do, you are their biggest supporter.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything bad about Beard Mana.
No, I know. I mean, but I know what you're saying about them nipping at your heels, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know you that well, Gary, and I don't want to pretend I do, but I have a hard time believing, and maybe I'm wrong, that 2 years ago, Gary would have been so in the corner of Beard Mana, to
absolutely not. Absolutely not. And this is the thing, though. 2 years ago, though, I was in the corner of other people.
Okay.
And the reason why I say absolutely not is because my assistance and willingness to help certain people bit me. And without, this isn't a direction I want to go, but I'll only talk about it for maybe 20 seconds.
Okay.
Is I've always been the public guy. Like the way you see me here is the way I am in every aspect of life. Mm-hmm. So I've always had relationships and partnerships with people that in public's eye, they were different than they were behind public's eye. And that wasn't me. So I came off looking like the complete douchebag because I'm talking what's really going on and they're playing, oh, innocent. Oh my God, I'm the victim. When behind scenes, they were stabbing me in the back. So I was like, you know what? I'm not helping anybody anymore. There's just no way. Like I brought on another guy, helped his company. He decides, oh, my mother's dying, so I can't do this anymore. Then 2 weeks later, he goes full launch on his own with all the supplies I bought his ass. So yeah, absolutely. 2 years ago, I would have told Beard Mana, you're on your own, bro. Like, I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not going to talk to you. Fast forward to now, I couldn't, man, I just have so much respect for those guys because of what they're doing. They're good guys. And I'm not doing anything that would set me up to be stabbed in the back. So I don't have any fear of helping them.
Yeah.
I'm not telling them any of my trade secrets. I've helped them with, hey, these are some places. This is how you could cut some cost. This is how you can increase your profit. This is some supply stuff you're doing you could do to help you guys out. Kind of give them, because a lot of these, when you start out, even like me when I started out, I didn't have the long game in front of me. I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking of tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? And today. I was buying enough to get me through the week. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking of, well, you know, if I buy, instead of buying 50 bottles, if I buy 500, I'm going to save money in the long run versus just getting that quick profit now. So that kind of advice that I've helped them with. And I wish somebody would have been there to help me with that. Because when I first started, I was doing 2-ounce oils for $12. No way in hell could I do that now and scale and survive. You just can't.
Yeah.
Because the business is beyond the cost of goods. You just can't look at, it costs $3, $4, $5 to make an oil. You should only sell it for 8 or 9. But you're never going to survive. There's so much in the scaling of business. You have to think down the road. You have to think of, I need to build profits because I have overhead. I got to buy equipment. I've got to buy all this stuff. I've got $7,000, $8,000 worth of fragrances sitting in the shelf here for my R&D. I mean, you have to have that. So business goes beyond it. And if you're surviving and you're happy selling your stuff for 10, 12, 13 bucks and you can do that, that's cool. But that's just not my story. I can't do that. But yeah, so when it comes to Beard Mana, I have nothing but respect for those guys. I'll do everything I can to help them. But at the end of the day, and I know people hate it when I say this, and I'm probably one of the nicest guys you're going to meet. I will give you and I have given the shirt off my back to people. As a business, my goal is to stomp the living shit out of every other business. That's your goal. And if it's not your goal, you're lying to yourself. Because do you think Nike wants Reebok to succeed? Absolutely not. Nike wants to be the best shoe there is. Do you think Danny Dixon from Dixon Flannel is going to help somebody start a flannel company and tell them what to do? Absolutely not. He wants to be the best one there is, right? So as much as I will give advice and help a little bit, my goal is for my business to succeed. Is there enough out there for everybody to eat? Absolutely. You're just not eating at my table. Eat at your own table, right? My dinner table's full. I'm a big man. I got lots of plates, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And it's not personal. Like, I have personal relationships with other business owners, and I love them. Respectfully, like, not to steal Jay Cruz's word, but like, I would, on a personal level, if any of these owners had a personal problem, I'd be there in a heartbeat to help them. You know what I mean? Like, if their family member is dying of cancer, I'm going to be there to help them. But when it comes to business, by all means, my goal is for Chesapeake to be the dominant brand, and that's just how it has to be.
I didn't mean to go off the track, Johnny, because I know you're still doing the CBD stuff.
Yeah, even with Peak CBD, my goal is for Peak CBD to be the dominant brand in the CBD bearded care of the land. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a harder uphill battle, but that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
I mean,
when did you change hats?
That is the goal.
Yeah, he said he was going to do that, JG.
No, I didn't see it though. I didn't see him change it.
What?
Your hat.
I don't know when it happened.
Yeah, I changed my hat. I got one more.
I was like, I looked at it, I was like,
well, I got the one I started with that I took off early. Yeah, we started with the black and white KC, went to the Expos, and I got one more.
Okay, I just have to say something. I'm going to assume Mrs. Mick was innocent about this. Now, Val has taken a calling Waltimus Waltanus, just so you all know, right?
Quit poking on my boy Walt Mick.
Mrs. Mick, they were going back and forth, and Mrs. Mick says to Waltimus, "Oh, Waltanus." I just saw it. So she winds up calling him Waltanus too. And I'm going to hope that's innocence.
We have another, like Corey from Weatherbridge here. Corey and I talk all the time, and we give each other pointers here and there when we can. But at the end of the day, if you ask Corey, do you want Chesapeake to succeed over you? If his answer is yes, then I would like whatever he's smoking, because his answer would be no. He wants Weatherbeard to succeed more than he wants me to succeed.
Yeah.
Now, I generally feel as a human, he does want me to succeed, but not over him. You know what I mean? Okay. I want him to succeed. I want nothing but the best for Corey. But if it came down to me and Corey, I'm picking myself. Like, you just have to do that. And if you don't have that mindset, business is a dog-eat-dog world.
No, I get that. I totally get that. When you can't all be friends.
Oh, you're a jerk. There's so many. Look, there's a new company every day. Is there room for everybody? Yeah, sure. There's room for everybody. But my focus has to be me. You know what I mean? And I know what you mean, Corey. Yes, I want Corey to succeed. I think he will succeed. He's doing great already. It just, if I had to pick one of us to be on top, I'm not picking somebody else.
Not to interrupt here, but McMahon has been busting my balls the last 2 weeks, and he's on fire. And he's saying I'm now dominating Johnny's voice. Joe just zipped that old suck up a spell. I love how Okies talk, and let that damn JG do some talking tonight. Good Lord! All right.
I'm sorry, Johnny. Sorry.
I'm way off track. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I'm
all right. You were talking about CBD and
it's gone.
Any challenge?
Once my attention goes, that's it. It's gone.
Well, you had my COAs on the screen. Did you want to talk about my COAs?
I put everything away.
No,
No, I
you
was
don't
showing
have
this.
to have them. You don't have to have them up to talk about them.
Yeah, I was showing the COAs and how the I think that's where I was gonna go. Yeah. The COAs and how each product has a different COA for its product. So like the oil, the beard oil has a CBD has a COA for beard oil, and the beard butter has a COA for the beard butter. So like it's each one has its own, and that is the way it's supposed to be, correct?
Yes. So
Yeah.
if you do a COA, you cannot legally, and listen, I've got 13 and a half years of on-the-job law enforcement police experience, not correctional officer, not security guard. I was a damn cop. And I have more years of experience, education in law. You legally cannot take if I had took my beard oil COA, changed out the word beard oil and added beard butter and put it on my website, I legally couldn't do that. That's called fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and forgery. You just can't do that. What are you making faces for, Johnny?
No,
Oh, I thought somebody was saying something. But in real quick, to go off of that real quick, Corey's like, well, if you made 500,000, I made 400. Listen, I want Corey to make all the money. Please don't take that as me wanting anybody to fail. I don't want anybody to fail. I just want me to succeed. And then Corey said, I'm on top. Listen, I'm not on top. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I am nowhere near the top. I have a long way to go. And when people are like, well, when I've heard too many times in the last 2 weeks, well, you're one of the bigger companies. No, I'm not. You've got no idea how big or how small my company is. Just because you see a lot of me don't mean I'm big. Like, trust me. If you want to look at the I judge big or small based on my financials. If you want to look at my financials, I don't even exist. So, right. But back to the COA. Yeah, absolutely. I have a COA for oil, COA for the tincture, and a COA for the butters.
Oh,
the
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, each
Sure.
yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, every product that has CBD has a separate COA, and then every time you make a change to the product, like if you add some odd percentage more of whatever carrier oil is because it's changed, do you have to send another sample out to get it to another COA, like an updated one, because the mixture has changed?
My goal is every 3 to 4 months I'll send the new batch out to get tested. I have a new sample every 3 to 4 months.
All right.
There's nothing saying you have to. I just think it's consumer confidence. I mean, I want that consumer to be confident that I am not just putting up a COA for a year and then not putting the shit in my products. You know what I mean? You'll see a new COA in a few months, new test batch number, new test dates, all that stuff. And it will be, and the great thing about the company I use for the COA, if you go to their website, you can actually, if you could pull the COA from my website, download it, go to their website, put in your name, your email, attach my file to it, and then they will contact you and verify if my COA is legit or not. Like they won't just, like they will legit look at that COA and tell you, yes, this is exactly what it says it is. And if it's not, they'll tell you, no, that's not it.
Yeah, because with these products, the people should be wary and checking for what's in them and making sure, because I think we even had a community member, I forgot his name. He said a story like he got tested positive because he was using a
he's in here, Jason.
Yeah, Jason Finn. He was he tested positive, and I believe he was just taking a regular CBD product. So that's just things you gotta be careful. You gotta look out for. You don't know what's exactly in there if you don't have that COA to check it. You don't know. And also, like, there's so many CBD like companies like out there just in general, not talking beard care. I'm just talking about out there, like in smoke shops and all the other stuff that, Diamond is one a big company that I've been using for a very long time. And I also use Minted Leaf. They all have great track records. All their COAs have checked out when I checked them out. But there are other companies that do some shady stuff, and like, all right, I have a friend who, she owns a smoke shop, and this is how I first started to get into CBD because I met her and started talking to her and all that stuff. And she doesn't stock anything in her store without the proper COAs and everything like that. Because she told me, she says, some of these CBD companies will throw synthetic marijuana, and this is not for beard care. Obviously, this is for the CBD that you smoke, the CBD that you vape, the CBD that you eat. So what these companies will do, these shady companies will do, is they'll throw synthetic marijuana into the CBD that you're buying, that you're ingesting. So people will have a trip and want to buy that brand all the time, and that synthetic marijuana is very dangerous and all that stuff. So that's what she told me. That's how I started to learn, 4 or 5 years ago when I started using CBD. That's why I started to learn, like what to buy and all that stuff. And so you always have to check to see. Like I say, it's not. We were talking earlier. It's not, illegal for them to sell it without it. But as a consumer, you should look out for that and check it and make sure you know what you're buying. Bottom line, you should always make sure you know what you're buying.
Yeah,
and that's it.
So Jason did take a CBD product and tested positive THC. That doesn't mean he was told it was a CBD product. It wasn't a CBD product after all. It turned out
right.
THC in there. If it has enough THC to pop on a piss test, it's no longer just a CBD product. So, yeah, and that's the thing. So, like my local grocery store, Safeway, they have like a little cabinet. You could buy a wide array of different CBD style products. I will never buy them from there. Not because I don't trust Safeway. It's that I can't ask Safeway manager, hey, do you have a COA so I could verify that this is what I'm buying? No.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I'd rather go to the shop where the clerk behind the counter can pull up the COA and like, here's a COA for this exact product, right? If they can't do that, I don't trust you, right? Are you going to go buy a car from somebody? So basically a COA, for the car people, a COA is the Carfax of the CBD world.
Right.
Get your Carfax, right? Find out how many accidents your CBD's been in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it's for. And Russ asked me, what containers do I send the CBD in to be tested? So the tincture, I send it exactly how you get it, sealed. I send them a full bottle. They only need a little bit. That's not how I roll. I send them a full sealed, unopened, unadulterated bottle. Same thing with beard oil. After I make it, I do it, seal it. My butters, I do the heat induction seal, wrap it all up, and they get the full sample, which sucks because they throw 98% of it away. But they get the full sample. They waste the tincture, they waste the butter, they waste the oil. But at the end, it's not a waste because it's helping me educate the consumers on what I'm giving them. So that's what I send it to them. I don't put a little bit into another container. No, they get it. The lab gets it how the consumer gets it. For me, that's not a requirement. That's not a law. That's not a rule. That's how I do things.
And if you're in a store and you're buying CBD to, ingest, put under your tongue, or even eat, every real company in the supplement world will have a QR code. See, hold on here. That QR code, you scan that with your phone. When you get it, if you want to check on it, and the COA will pop up right then and there. So if you're going into a smoke shop, or you're even going to some pharmacies now carry CBD products, they'll have the QR code on display, so you could just pull it up real quick, take a look at it, and then that way you know exactly what you're buying.
At some point, we will have a QR code. This is the logistic problem of it is, if I can confidently put just a QR code on a label, because I make my labels never change for the products. If I'm making a label for the beard oil, all the labels are going to be the same. So if I can use that same QR code and just change, so if you scan the QR code and it pulls up the website for the COA, if I could, after a few months when I get a new COA, if I could just change it so when you scan it, you get the new one and there's no problems. But I think you can. But if I can just verify I could do that, there's going to be a point where there will be QR codes on the products, so the consumer could just scan it and pull up that COA at any given time. The only thing that that's kind of the hesitation is if you buy a beard oil for me with a QR code, and then 6 months later buy another one, well, that QR code on the 6-month-old label will pull up the new COA. So that's why You know what I mean? I might have to just buy a
That's,
little.
yeah,
Like, I might have to buy like a little thing and just put a standalone QR code sticker on the back or something. You know what I mean? Not have it printed on the label. I had to have a separate little tiny one. I just, you know what I mean? So those are
Yeah.
just little things I'm working out and figuring out.
They go by lot numbers too. So like on the bottom here, there's a lot number. So what you would do is that you would scan the QR code, and a field will come up where you fill in that lot number, and that will give you the COA for this specific batch. And that, I guess that's how they do it, so they can like mass produce the same QR code for the entire line,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you just type in the lot number, and that's how that works. So I don't know if that's something that, you know, you can do by batch number, you know, something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's stuff I'll figure out. Right now, the simplest thing is for me to put the COA on the website.
Oh yeah, on the website, yeah. So it's right there. People can print that. They can, you know, see it before they check out, and it's all transparency. It's all transparent. Transparency is really huge in, you know, the CBD world. Like if you go on YouTube and you start looking up how to read a COA, what are COAs for, a lot of the videos will start talking about, like, you know, how right now it's kind of like the Wild West when it comes to that, you know, the CBD world, and transparency is a huge thing. You know, every company tries to be as transparent as possible, as far as, like, you know, the companies that test the products, the companies that grow the hemp, that cultivate the raw materials, like everything. They want to be full transparent, full upfront with everything. So that's just part of the business, right? That's part of this.
My COA products that I
business.
make are such a small batch. I'd be having to send out something to test every month to get a COA, and that can get pricey. So that's why I say it goes every. So once I get to the point where I'm making a batch of like 5,000 of these at a time, then every batch will get a specific COA for that specific batch. What I do now is I just follow the same process and test every 3 to 4 months.
Right.
But and I always add more. So like right now, the Vitality COA, it says 700 milligrams plus. That's because I always add more. Now, I didn't intend to add that much more. But I always add more to account for loss, because you're not getting every scrape off the bottle. You mean you do have some loss with the piping bags. I mean, so I always add more to make sure you're getting the minimum of 500. God forbid I gave you 200 more milligrams. You know what I mean? So that's extra stuff, right? It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
But yeah. So bottom line, COAs are important. I'm not legally required to put it on the website yet, but you might as well do it. And it's good business. And the consumers are putting this on their body or in their body. Why not take that extra step? If you're not willing to do that, then just don't sell it. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Trust me. There's so many restrictions. I can't even advertise it. It's very hard to get. That's why I put little cards in all my regular orders that, hey, we have CBD. So come to this.
Yes. I noticed that. So like I said, when I got my Mystic Mac, which is an awesome scent, and I really wanted to stay permanent, but we'll see. I don't know. There was a little pink CBD card in that. Yeah, it's.
And Donald asked if I was ever going to get into like body or beard soap, like soap bars with CBD. I don't want to say no, but I don't want to say yes. So when it comes to anything that washes off your body, I'm still researching on if it's even worth having it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never saw the how that would function if I used a CBD bath bomb. Like I always felt for some reason that like CBD bath bombs and soaps were like just like a thing that people slap CBD on to make, you know, a cash grab. You know, I that's just me. I don't
bath
know
bombs and bath salts, I would say, would probably be more effective than just a bar of soap. And the reason why is because topically CBD is absorbed through follicles and pores. So if you're putting the CBD bath bomb and you're laying in that, if you're laying in the bath for like 20 minutes, your body's going to absorb some of that, right? It's probably not enough unless you got a bazillion, because you're spread out through all that water now. So per drop of water, there's probably barely any CBD. But you'll absorb it more through that than you would a soap. You know what I mean? So so I don't want to say no, that it's not going to happen, but it's one of those things. No, so Disney, I've asked Johnny to, we're going to keep it, as long as I'm on, we're going to keep it PG. I mean, we don't need to get, I've already answered this ice cream question 5 times this year. Okay.
That's true. Yeah. This is not the first time he's been.
But yeah, I don't know where Joe went. But
I don't know. He's,
but yeah, so that's the COA question.
yeah.
And I've been a guest on here before representing I think twice, one time not for the business and one time for the business. You know what I mean? So the last time I was on, everything's changed since then. So, you know what I mean? I'm sure you got a million questions.
Dude. Yeah, how has since last time how has Chesapeake changed and evolved? I know like this year, every release so far has been like, has been like a home run. So like, did something change in the creative process or anything like that, or you just like got more sleep, or what? Like,
definitely not.
How does it happen?
This is what a lot of people don't know. So basically, up until just very recently, like a week ago, I was working 6-7 days a week, 12 hours a day through my regular job, and still doing Chesapeake. So getting out something new and creative each month is not easy, and I spent a lot of hours after work working here. And like one thing that did change is this year we did move into. So I'm in a this is a house. It's a totally separate house that is on the same. The property's connected to the house I live in, but I rent this house solely for the business. Nothing in this house has anything to do with anything but the business. This area is the lab. It's a small house. So one room is supplies. The other room is shipping and inventory. The living room, dining room area is the lab, and then I got the kitchen for cleaning the equipment. So that has changed, which is kind of nice to have everything under one roof and it's separate. And I spend 16 hours a day easy in this building, because my table's set up here, my desk for my regular job too. So I do that here. But as far as the creative process for the Sound of the Months is, I used to have, so I started the business, we started out with 2 cents, right? And every 3 months I added 2 more. And then another 3 months I added 2 more for the first year. And then it got to the point like I had so much stuff to make, not enough time to make it all. So I started cutting things back, scaling down to just what was selling the most of. And then I'm like, you know what? I said, there's all these, in order to stay competitive, all these companies are coming out with killer scents and these crazy profiles. I'm like, I don't want to come out with a new permanent scent every day. I'm like, so let's just do scent of the month. Like we did the art series a couple of years ago where we did kind of like the scent of the month. We called it our art series. We had different cool art and stuff. And we had canceled that just because the timing, I just didn't have the time. I'm like, well, let's do like a scent of the month. So we started that again middle of last year. And then I wanted it to be cohesive. So I'm like, well, starting in 2021, let's do pop culture theme where every scent of the month is where. So that's why if you put on your shelf, it's all pop culture theme. You can kind of understand where it was all going.
Right.
So I don't even know what the hell you asked me.
No, it's like,
but that kind of stuff changed. So there's a question in here. Crystal's how time does it take you on average? So it's really hard to say because there's some scents that I tinkered with a year ago and then I just come back to it and you know what I mean? And there's some times where I'll be making like we have a scent I'm gonna do that last year I had 2 customers that wanted a custom scent. I made a Meester scent at the same time, and I was done. Whatever was left, because I was just a small container, I just dumped them into one and throw it out. Well, when I mixed their 2 customs together, it made a great scent. Like, holy crap, this smells delicious together. So that's gonna. So sometimes it just happens by like hey, I'm dumping stuff in the bowl to throw away, and I'm like, oh well, that smells delicious. So, and sometimes I can whip out a scent in a matter of an hour, and it'll smell great. But then 3 days later, I'm like, well, this stinks. You know what I mean? So it just depends. And sometimes I've had played with so many different fragrances, I can kind of like just in my head, like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, put them together, and then I'm like, okay, something's missing. Maybe I need a musk. So I've looked through my thing and like, well, let's go with this musk. Smell it, and I smell it next to the bottle. Nah, that's not gonna work in there. So I'll grab another musk and then put them together. The scent blend, like, kind of get them both in my nose and get that idea, and then I take the risk of adding it to it. So it's just some of it's just dumb luck that happens quick. Some of it takes a long time. It just depends. Like Irish Blue, 2 simple things: my Belfast, which is my oatmeal stout, and then blueberries. Bird, when he first blended, it was not good. I let it sit together for 30, at least 30 days. It was like 34 together. Then once it sat together that long and kind of married and blended together, it smelled much better. So now when I make Irish Blue, I make the blend and it sits before I use it. It sits for a month. So it just depends.
Are you all right there, Joe? The camera, you're right there.
And I'm sure Joe's got a lot of questions. Right now, we're just talking about the evolution of the business from how you guys had me on over a year ago. Things might have changed. You mean what's different? Blah, blah, blah. But, I wear different color underwear now. I don't know. What are you doing?
Muted.
I ain't got shit. Chad has some questions, huh?
Are you mad, Joe?
My wife and daughter just got home, so I was touching bases with them.
Oh. Chad had a question. So, Donald Long, I don't have that question because I don't use essential oils. Or do it. Hold on. Oh, I do. I haven't. Okay. I don't know if any don't work with it because I haven't found that. So I couldn't answer yes to that question.
Oh, he's asking essential oils mix.
Yeah, I'll find out one day if I get one that doesn't work. I mean, because I don't sit there and take all my essential oils and see how they react with it, because that's a waste of damn money. I wasted CBD the other day. You saw me on live stream.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
the math. So, hold on, chat. Keep asking questions because it's great because it helps the show go along. Yeah. So in the artwork for the scent of the month, the first. So let's see. Distorted, Kingston. I don't know if there's another one. We did on our own. Cheshire Forward. Cheshire. Since Cheshire. I've had an artist who's actually one of my best friends. Name's Jairus. He's a tattoo artist in Arizona. We were police officers together. We're detectives together. I actually was a body piercer in his tattoo shop back in Arizona. I did everything. Yeah. So we were in.
Wait, so you pierce people?
Yeah. I could do body piercings if you want me to.
Wow.
Yeah. I just don't do it anymore, but I could. I wouldn't do it at my house.
Do you have the equipment to do that still?
No. I'd have to. Yeah. No. I would never do it at the house. I would only do it in a sterile shop. Okay. And then, we were in a motorcycle club together. We had a lot of good motorcycle trips, and but yeah, so he's a good artist, and I just contacted him. He actually created our original logo and second website, the original boring website I did, but then he jazzed it up. But he created our original logo, and he originally wanted to do crazy art labels. I'm like, no, I just want to do simple black and white. That's just what I like. So when I started doing the scent of the month, I said, you still want to do crazy stuff? And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's not free this time, because he did all this stuff last time for free. And he follows me, so he knows the success that he had. He goes, it's going to cost you. I'm like, brother, I don't, whatever you want, whatever you charge, let's just go. And he gave a price better than what I was going to offer, because I had a number. I was like, I'd give him this much a month to do art. And he came in lower, so I didn't even suggest what I was going to pay him. And anytime I need art, I just send him the money, and then he starts working on the art.
So Rob asks,
The worst body part. Well, the worst body part we ever pierced wasn't a clean version. So we actually had a guy come into the shop and he wanted his hoo-ha pierced. And I said, nope, not doing it. I said, Jairus's wife was the lead. She was, I apprenticed under her. I said, that's all you, right? That's all you. So I'm sitting at the desk. I'm not even want to be in the room because I'm like, there's just no way. That's one body part I'm not doing on the guy. And you hear her talking, doing the stuff. You can tell she's cleaning up the parts, going to do it. She does the marks and is like, does this look right? And he's like, yeah, that looks fine. So he goes to do it. You hear him scream. And then you hear her say, you effing moved. So he got a cricket piercing.
oh,
It wasn't her fault because like when she did it, he acted like an idiot. And so
there's
now
no numbing in that? Like, there's no like numbing spray or anything like that? I mean,
you can listen, you can only do so much. You know what I mean? You're sticking the needle to your hoo-ha. Come on.
Jesus.
But yeah, I've done, belly buttons, nipples, ears. My favorite is called the industrial. It's a bar that goes to the top of your ear. That's my favorite. I don't know why. It's just my favorite. I do. So it got to the point where she would actually have me, if an industrial came in, she just had me do them. I was really good at those ones. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, it's the bar.
Yeah, it's just the bar that goes right to the top, kind of like at an angle. Like those. The noses are all right. Belly buttons were easy. Well, Joe's getting excited.
Trying to find the right face.
Oh.
There it is.
Mrs. Mixie's son. Yep, Joe.
Oh.
Oh, Prince Albert. You see the CBD MG volume increasing from 500 to 1,000, 1,800. Will there be a limit on MG volume when it impacts you differently? So listen, the studies that are out there has shown they tested from as small as 5 milligrams of CBD all the way up to thousands. Everybody reacts different. You can take a 5 milligram dose and feel great and it'd be very effective. You could take a 300 milligram dose and not even feel a thing. So every person is different. So do I see a cap? I don't know. I know where I'm going to cap it at, and was the plan for, so like with our tinctures, we were going to do a 1,000 and a 3,000, and that was it. I wasn't doing anything in between. Just because I figured if you get the 3,000, you can dose it lower. You can dose yourself lower to hit the 2,000 or the 1,200, whatever you want to be at.
Okay.
So I wanted to have and so I can have a lower cost autumn. You mean just another option?
Right.
Yeah, we were never going to go in between. It was either one and three. That was it. But as far as the beard products, I'm not going to go at this point. I'm not going to go above 1,000 in the oils. The Vitality at some point might go to 1,000, but there's really no need to go higher. Like, you know what I mean? There's just not that I have found. Who knows? Because it's just topically. I mean, it's not. You're not taking it internally. The higher dosage are better for internal.
Right. I think even pain relief gels and salves. I don't know if they're high. I don't know, because I never bought them. I had to take a look. I don't know if they're in the godly thousands of milligrams. I mean, I don't know. That's
So Jeremy Shorrock says your wife was okay with piercing women. At that point in time, Gary was very destructive and did what Gary wanted to do. Let's just put it that way. So I don't think she had a choice. I had a point. Oh, did it just come? It just arrived? You're muted, Joe.
You're still muted.
Yep, my wife just got the mail. There it was.
Then unbox it, baby.
Yeah.
I know what's in there, and you're gonna get all like, yeah.
Nah, I'll unbox it later.
But yeah, so you mean it was just a job. You mean to me, there's no difference from piercing somebody than as a cop. I was seeing rotted bodies that were sitting in a hot desert for 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean? Like, or dealing with rape victims, or you know what I mean? Like, And then as an EMT, I mean, you know how many naked people I saw working in an ambulance? It's not a sexual thing. Like I didn't get aroused. Like I'm not
part
like,
of the job.
like I'm sticking a needle through a part that I don't really want to stick a needle through. Or I mean, I don't find piercings attractive anywhere but like on the ears. Tattoos is a whole nother story. I love tatted ladies, but yeah, I mean, I've always had jobs where you're going to see things that most people don't want to see. So she's kind of like, whatever. I mean, it's just a job. It's not my life. I mean, it's not like my personal life. I sure miss him. Jason wants to know what's the most frustrating part about owning a company in this space. The most frustrating part, 3. A new company every damn hour, because everybody thinks, and it's not that there's new companies, it's that people think, oh look, I can start a beer company, I'm going to get money quick. Listen, it's not a get rich quick thing at all, because I'm still not rich. If you knew how much money I lost last year, you'd probably shit your pants. Like I lost more money last year than most people make in a year. Just saying. So there's just a lot of time and research and to do things right. And I think that's the most frustrating part for me. I absolutely hate kitchen cook. I don't like it. I never was a kitchen cook. When I started, I had a standalone space with heating element. Everything was on its own, away from I never did the kitchen thing. I despise it. So that's like it sure is fun. See, Tyson knows it's not a get rich quick. We spend a lot of money on things, and there's so much that goes into it besides just making the product that people don't understand. So, and then what else is the most frustrating part? I don't know. I could take it in a direction that I don't want to take it in. So
Yeah, no, we don't need to.
we'll skip that part. But I have private conversations with everybody. You call me, whatever. But the most frustrating part, you know what? Trust. That's probably my most frustrating part. Lack of it.
Jason has a question here. Would you consider a CBD skincare system to help breakouts?
Do you consider a CBD skincare system? So that's a separate. Making a CBD skincare system to help with breakouts. Just keep peak CBD on your radar. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Listen, I'm a creative son of a gun. I've always been that way. I've always been making things and creating things. And when it comes to, I've always wanted to be a chef. And this is almost like being a chef. You are creating recipes and dishes, and you're just doing everything. With the exception of I don't do this in the kitchen. I've just always been that way. And that's the one thing too. Like when you see in the beard care industry, and you know what, in any industry, when you have industries full of creative people, 9 times out of 10, creative people are going to come up with similar, if not same, ideas or thoughts, right? That's just how it works. You know what I mean? So I get kind of irritated when like, oh, you copy this person. Oh, you copy that person. Who's to say that Tyson from Copper Johns and Gary from Chesapeake weren't sitting at their houses 10 months ago thinking, you know what? A cotton candy, blueberry, bubble gum, and dog poop scent might be good. You know what I mean? We both had that idea. And then we come up with it at the same time. You know what I mean? Or 3 weeks apart. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've been told 8-Bit's in here. I copied 8-Bit when I came out in 1985, which came out before there was even an 8-Bit. So he didn't copy me. I didn't copy him. I'm creative as all hell. He's creative as all hell. It happens. I love pop culture video games. He loves pop culture video games. This is going to happen. So that's probably the biggest thing that irks my buttons is that when you have any field, like chefs, you think 2 chefs can come up with the same type of killer steak or burger? Come on, absolutely. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So, yeah. I don't know if I answered the question.
I'm not opening the box. For everyone who in the chat wants me to open the box, fuck you all.
Yeah.
That's what you get for busting my nuts on vintage all this time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a video and I'll send it to you all. But what it's going to be is me stripped naked rolling all over the vintage combo. So if you want to see me open the vintage combo, you're going to have to see my fat, hairy ass rolling naked all over it. That's when y'all unbox vintage.
So Jason Finn says he's a marketing guy. Do you enjoy the advertising? I absolutely hate it because I don't understand it. It's killing me. I waste thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars trying to figure it out. Corey from Weatherbird will probably sit there and agree with me. So, Jason, if you're a marketing guy, you've got my number, baby. You know what I mean? What happened?
Jeremy's not in here enough. I can assume he's kidding, but I'm going to hope he's serious.
Jeremy who?
Jeremy Chirac.
Oh, that didn't make it through YouTube. That's why.
I didn't see
Okay. I'm looking at it on StreamYard. There you go.
Yeah, it's on StreamYard. Yeah.
Well, look at that, Jeremy. Your best efforts to be profane were hit by the YouTube censor. Oh, look at Eric Kennedy. Who would have thought that he had the smarts to throw an asterisk in there?
It don't work. I don't think it worked either. Yeah,
Look at you, Eric.
Even with the asterisk, it doesn't go through.
Take that, Eric. Even with the asterisk, it doesn't go through. So you got smart of yourself.
Yeah, you gotta be creative if you want to curse on the chat.
So Levi Patterson says, seriously, what the hell hasn't Gary done for a living respectfully? So I'll give you a rundown. From the age of 14, even before that. So I worked in janitorial services as a teenager, helping somebody. I was a busboy. I was a waiter. I was a damn good waiter, too. Made a lot of money doing that. Delivery driver. I worked at McDonald's. Then I went into the Marine Corps. And I got out of the Marine Corps. I worked in the kitchen inside of a prison. I was a supervisor for that. Then I went into police dispatching. And then when I was old enough, I became a police officer. In my law enforcement time, I was a detective, school resource officer, field training coordinator, general instructor, police academy advisor, police canine officer. I said detective. Yeah, detective. I was in charge of the volunteer program. I worked EMT. I worked on an ambulance. I briefly worked for a hospital. And all in that time, I worked at Little Caesars Pizza for about 3 weeks because I had a friend of mine's brother was a manager of our local Little Caesars, and they were robbed. And they had no men working in the nights. So I said, hire me, dude. I need a part-time job. So I worked nights for a little bit to help them out. And this is the weirdest thing. I love when the pizzas come out the oven, cutting them up and putting them in the box. Like, that was a challenge to me. How fast can I do the box? Like, that was so much fun. I don't know why. I've always wanted to be a chef. So, I mean, and I had a Papa Lou's Cheesesteaks and More was my food business that we did at special events. We did that big yellow sign with little red letters. We did cheesesteaks. I had the whole grill setup stuff, special events. I catered weddings, did body piercing, do emergency management.
Cheesesteaks and body piercing. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I do everything. I had a candle business called Schnebley Hill Candles. We made candles.
Schnebley?
Schnebley Hill is actually a place in Arizona, and it was the area we spread my grandmother and great-grandmother's ashes there. So when I named it, I'll name it Schnebley Hill because it's a place we drove by all the time.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a real thing.
So, yeah, that's just everything I've done. So what was the next question? I love answering questions. I like it when you guys dig into what I'm doing. I love answering the questions.
Okay, so hold on real quick for anyone answers you in that question. You know what we didn't see on YouTube? Joe being a good sport. I'm sorry that I'm respectful of Gary James Pershing. I can put 1 quarter into him and he'll run like he's got 3. He's a great guest. He doesn't clam up. You know, he can go and go and go. He interacts with you guys. If you had half a soul, you'd understand that. Who is next? Eric Kennedy. It shows up. Oh no, Rob. I'm sorry, Eric. You have to write something important for me to pay attention. Rob Acker. If I don't see this unboxing clothed on this live, I'm unsubbing. Rob, we don't have that many subs, so it's not like that hurts. Gary has done it all. I second that, Rob. Goodbye, Disney. We'll see you later too. And Jack of all, master of none. I think he might be master of one.
I cannot auto repair, mechanic. I am not mechanically inclined. I can't build shit. I can't fix shit. I can't do that. That's just Me, that's just it. That's just me.
Me too. I can't do any of that handyman shit.
I try
None
my
of it.
best. I
You do. You give it a shot. I'll give you that, Johnny.
definitely try. Yeah.
The most important one, I was an elected official. I ran for city council in my town in Arizona and got elected. My potty mouth ass got elected. Can you believe that? And you know why I got elected? Because I am the most anti-politician that existed in my state. Like,
yeah,
I ran on like, because I
quality
do
that people admire.
I hate big government, dude. And my thing is like, I do what I say and say what I do, and I believe that in every aspect of life. You say what you do what you say. You don't vote yes just to vote yes. You know what I mean? I'm not there voting because the mayor says we got to vote this way. I don't give two craps what the mayor says. I'm going to vote the way that people wanted me to vote. And man, did I cost some money.
No, a sharp knife.
You had a poop knife.
I don't need one of those. I got fingers.
Yeah, but no, I love. I mean, sometimes there's questions that people have, and
so you just like to.
I've been in public
things.
safety my entire life. Since I was 18, I've been serving the public in one way or another. And I think that's where I've always been a giver. Obviously, I give. Like Rob tells me, Rob has sent me a message, Gary, you don't have to give away the house today. Just shut up. Enjoy the day. You mean like I just give things away. And one of the things, and I'll tell you, a frustrating part of being a generous person is when people think you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? I can easily stop giving people things and have so much more money, right? I'm not giving it for any other reason than the fact that I want to give you something. Is because I generally care about doing those things. Like today, like I love Dagan. Dagan's BGG beer reviews. Told you, I blacked it out. So he wears some of the coolest hats when he does his reviews. I always comment on his hats. He's always telling me about my hats, but I'm like, Dagan, you've got the fancy hat. And he's like, one of these days, I'll get a real Boston Scally. Bottom one. I'm like, you're gonna get one. I mean, nice. I want to see you with these hats, not because look, the big guy buying stuff because he's trying to buy support. Dagan can tell me to eat shit, throw my products in the toilet. I don't care. I'm still going to do that for him. You know what I mean? I've given stuff to people who hate my guts now. You know what I mean? And I don't regret ever giving them anything because that's just who I am. There's people are like, oh, Gary gives people Dixons to buy support. No, I give away Dixons because how much beard oil can I give away? You know
what also is also another awesome thing you could give away. If you ever feel inclined to give a PS5 away, I will gladly.
My kids have been trying to get a PS5 since they come out. My kids earned the money, saved the money, and I said I will match you 1/3 because there's two of them. I said I will do 1/3 of it. We can't find a damn PS5. Yeah, it don't cost $5,000. But I've given away bump boxes, Dixons. I haven't given away hats yet. And I did one for Dagan. I've given away things that I enjoy, that I love, right? I love Dixons. I love Boston Scallies. I love bump boxes. I own 2 of them. I had 3. I gave the 3rd one away.
I am now a fan of the Dixon shirt. I bought one. And my wife really liked the way it looked on me and everything like that. I liked the way it felt, and I was like, "That's it." So now I bought 2 more. One was the bamboo short sleeve, and the other, full flannel was the one for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm like on that, like I'm on that company now. So like when they come up with a color or a special, like they just did Blood In and Blood Out. If you don't know, it's a movie. Google it. And that was a color that I wanted to get, but I had to refrain because I just finished spending all this money on beard products. So I'm like, and they're not that cheap either, but they're really good quality and they feel great. So great flannel.
Yeah, and
smell it.
And I'll tell you why.
I will.
This is how I look at things, right? Every customer that orders from me, whether I know them by name or not, or like I get to talk to them, is blessing me to keep me in this another day. If the least I could do is gift things to people, I'm gonna keep doing that. You know what I mean?
I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll stop talking so you can talk to it.
Let's just end the speculation. Cap is off. I'm going to first impression this vintage
It's probably hard to jerk your cap.
and give you my take of the scent because it's not the scent I have a problem with. It's the name. All right, ready?
Yeah, Levi, it came out yesterday. So it's the Miklo.
Well, I hope you guys can go back and watch that if you didn't see it on the replay. There it is. Unboxing first impression of vintage.
Well,
I don't want to hear any of this shit again. I did it for y'all. I did it for all of y'all. There we go.
Yeah.
Next.
And yeah. But Johnny, you asked me earlier, or someone asked me, what are my like frustrations of owning the business? Judgment. Don't judge me. Only God can judge me. And at the end of the day, if God says, Gary, you were a nasty son of a bitch and you gave away everything, then hey, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've given the shirt off of my back twice to people. Like literally. I took the shirt off and said, you can have my shirt. I'm not bragging. It's not because I want you to like me more. Everybody in this chat can hate my guts, and I'm gonna do me. You do you, boo-boo. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You never see Ron use any profanity in a negative
That's a
form.
curse. You made this man curse.
What candy did I send you, Joe?
You gave me a Twix, which I absolutely love.
No. That's not a Twix. That's the new Snickers. You know why it's a Snickers? Because if Taylor pork roll could be Taylor ham, that's a Snickers. Oh, by the way, you know what I had for dinner tonight? I had my first ever Taylor pork roll, ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. I made it at the house. It's pretty damn good.
But isn't it really just bologna, kind of?
It's basically sliced Spam. It's basically what it is.
All right.
But it's different. It has a different flavor. It tastes better than Spam. It tastes better than Spam. Kellen hates Spam. Kellen ate the hell out of his pork roll sandwich. He loved it. He goes, "This is
a
good."
thing, man. It's a thing.
But Spam is Spam like a collection of different meats? And
We're
pork
not
roll is
talking about that because as long as I don't know what's in it, I like it. So shut
yeah.
up.
So like, of course, it can be better than Spam because it's one animal compared to Spam, which is many. I think. I don't know.
It's the gelatin around the Spam that always gets me.
Oh,
just that. What is that shit that's in the can?
Yeah, but it was a good sandwich. But I am looking forward to my trip to New Jersey in May, where I get to go to the bodega or wherever we call them and get hey, give me a Taylor ham, mac, and cheese, and get one like a real. I'm looking forward to that.
Like a real.
I'm dipping into the Texas barbecue porkless pork rinds.
Is this going to be a New Jersey meetup? Because God, I hope so. The state's not that big.
There's going to be a few of us. Yeah, if you want to drive up to Jersey, you're more than welcome to come.
When are you guys doing it?
Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, fuck. I could do that.
It's a 3-day weekend, and we have a visitor from Arizona flying out to see us. You know who it is. The only person you know in Arizona that's not me. Or it's not Twitch. Never mind. There's two. It's not Twitch.
Johnny, we just did a show for a country where we had something very similar that was pork flavored but was completely vegan.
Yeah, that's what this is right here.
Yeah,
but this is Texas barbecue. It's okay. It's not as crunchy. Was yours like crunchy like a real pork rind, or was it like more like a crunchy cheese doodle?
I didn't have it in my mouth long enough to be able to tell because it was.
Any more questions, Johnny?
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about. I got something we could talk about. Johnny Grooms is the newest affiliate for Chesapeake Beard and Grooming, right? It's a couple weeks old.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I always forget to talk about my affiliates because I only have 3.
I'll tell you what. I am damn proud of my affiliates, and I'll tell you why. They're good people. I only have a handful of them. I don't have a lot. It may look like I have a lot, but I don't. I won't be having any more, and the only way to become an affiliate now is if one drops off. Man, I
That's
love
right.
the affiliates. You know what I mean? It's
JG10 saves you 10. Look at
It's
that.
a-
James Percy's even
Look at that.
hyping
Oh
for
my
you, brother.
goodness.
I've never had an
Thanks,
affiliate
James.
bullshit me and say, hey, this scent's good and push it when it's not good. I've had affiliates say, hey, Renan, I don't like this one. I'm like, okay, perfect, cool. You know what I mean? So, and I never had an affiliate who pushes the product just because they're making money. Johnny was promoting me. Joe was promoting me. Joe's not even an affiliate, and he tells people about my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm rocking tonight. I decided I wanted to see how this works. I thought
that's interesting.
I thought the Irish Blue would be too powerful, but it really isn't, and it's kind of it's a lovely, sweet kind of breakfasty smell with a little pop.
Mick is the greatest mixer in the world. I
Yeah,
haven't
but
seen Mick mix in a while.
I was going to say he was the greatest mixer in the world. Now he's just the greatest thrower upper in the world. That's what he's the champion of. He's the champion of vomiting 35 times because he can't eat a little fucking bear.
30,
hope he's
yeah,
still
30.
in here.
When I saw the amount of times that man threw up, like when he put it in, I was like, oh my god! Half of the hat's been just air. You know, it was nothing coming out. You know, there's no way. That little thing, you know,
watch him deteriorate on the live. That's just it's only about 10 minutes.
So I saw it. I was concerned for him.
Donald Long, I'm going to Jersey. I'm going specifically to meet Johnny and Bearded Like Joe. We're not going to the beach town. We'll probably be in I don't know where they live.
Yeah, we didn't pick the spot yet where we're going to meet up and stuff like that.
I'm going specifically to meet up with those guys and have a weekend of just freeing the mind. You know what I mean? I need one of those. They're just going to be no BS. Just hang out with some guys that I get along with. That's it.
We can get a sweat lodge. And
we're gonna dance naked with
some tea and peyote. You know, it's gonna be a spiritual
stuff.
It's gonna be a spiritual journey.
Face paint.
Compare your Prince Alberts.
No, and I will not be doing any body piercing that weekend for anybody.
I got to share the story with Pete White because Pete White just popped up in my DM and started telling me this. And then as he's telling me this story, I realized I had seen an ad for the product he's about to use on YouTube. And 99 and 9/10 of the YouTube ads I see, I fast forward through. But for some reason, it grabbed me in those first 5 or so seconds, and I watched this damn ad, right? So Pete is using this stuff. Hold on, let me get my phone. And I just want to know what you guys think of this idea because after watching the ad, I was compelled to do it as well. The product is called Umzu Natural Supplements Zupu. There's a few different ones, but one of them's called, or maybe you can clarify for me, Pete. The idea is that when you take these supplements, you are going to help cleanse your colon of 5. This is the company's claim. 5 to 20 pounds of old shit that has just been residing there forever.
You could do that though. There's other things you could take, like colon cleansing things.
Yeah.
They say that your body doesn't process everything you eat, that you will have residual stuff in there. And you know what's funny? And I'm sure you could fact check, people in the chat can fact check me if you want. But if I'm not mistaken, our bodies were actually not designed to process meat. So
right.
Your body doesn't fully, you get some of that residual stuff in there. So yeah.
Yeah, because our teeth are herbivorous, right? We don't have the canines
we have,
ripping.
We evolved and we do have.
Yeah, they're baby ones. Yeah. But biologically, we're supposed to not be, and I think that goes to the tummy. I mean, just the mouth isn't supposed to process it, and that goes with the digestive as well. So there it is. Umzu Zupu. So they were talking about this, and it was a good ad. So Pete is going to go through this process, and I want to know what Pete has to say when he's all done.
So there is.
I just need a colon blow. What is colon blow from, 8-Bit? Is that SNL?
So listen, 8-Bit's half right on the wording. Well, that's for that product, but there's a commercial that I see all the time, or an ad for colon broom, like a sweeping broom.
I've heard that too.
It's supposed to, you mean clean you out, like sweep your clean. You know what I mean? But it's called colon broom, and I'm like, first of all, that's creative as all hell. Second of all, I'm never drinking this stuff or eating or whatever you got to do. Right?
Bushido, I'll be the first to admit that science is definitely a weaker subject of mine. So
My wife's a science teacher. I just ask her science stuff.
So going all the way back to when we were barely upright, were we omnivores at that point, or did we change into omnivores? Because I always thought that was a transition.
I don't see his question, but
he says humans are omnivores. I know we are now, but were we way back? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't think we were intended, or our bodies were not designed to process. I think we evolved to do that, but yeah.
Oh, share it, Disney. No one on the panel has had it. I don't know about anyone in the chat. Disney's got a side effect from COVID. Although the way he wrote that, it sounds like my name is COVID Joe, which I really like.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's like I gave him a side effect.
Side effect.
Yeah. But yeah, congrats. So, you know what's funny? And I would bring in Johnny as an affiliate. I had asked him before a while ago, and he was like, yeah, whatever. Then I finally got him on because one day he was like, I don't have any affiliates. I'm like, Johnny, dude, I would love to have you as an affiliate. And you know what? And Johnny, I think your code's been used once, maybe twice. And if there's ever a person that you can look at and be like, this guy's not pushing just to make money, is Johnny Grooms. And I don't treat my affiliates as money drivers. Like, they could never have their code used ever, and I'd be fine with it. I give them the affiliate codes because they're people who support my brand, my company, and how I do things. And if they're going to promote me, I want to reward them. My prices would not change if I had no affiliates. My prices would not increase because I had affiliates. I don't work that into it. The affiliates' profit that they make comes out of my end of it. You know what I mean? Like, out of my profits. My prices are designed to support my business. They're not designed to support an affiliate. So it's not you raised your prices so your affiliates can make the money. It's not it. I promise you. I would not be here if my products were $14. I couldn't do it.
My problem is that my memory is awful. So I have 3 affiliates, and then I have a few discounts. One of the affiliates is not even in the beard side. It's for a head shaving tool. And my 2 affiliates in the beard world are very, very recent. One is Chesapeake, which is the newest one, and the other one is Bandbox Fella. Those are the only 2 affiliate codes I have in the beard space. So, and I forget like that I have them, and I even forget that I even have discount codes. I'm pretty sure I have a discount code for like at least 2 or 3 other companies that I just don't remember what they are. I don't remember who they're for. So like, yeah.
You know what's funny? So I'll have people message me, like they'll message me up through the business page. Hey, is there any discounts? They'll see a product or something out there and be like, of course, my ads, I have discount codes on the ads, but they always message me, is there a discount code? And I'll give them a random, today I'll give them Johnny's code. Tomorrow I'll give them this code. Just to do it. And that cost me money. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah.
During my sickness, I didn't eat for like 7 or 8 days in a row.
You know what? And let me tell you something too. Like, so I do believe there is this fascination of people wanting discount codes because there is a specific person who has a discount code for every company under the moon, it seems like, right? I try not to choose an affiliate who's a code chaser. Johnny doesn't have her. Most of my affiliates don't have a lot of codes. Now, I do have one affiliate who's the biggest affiliate around who has many affiliates. Doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. Because he's not a code chaser. He gets affiliates with those he supports. If he doesn't support you, he won't take an affiliate. And I kind of look at it on my end too. Like if I don't support you, I'm not going to offer you an affiliate. If you have 5,000 codes, I'm not going to offer you even a discount code. And the reason why I only have a handful of affiliates is because they're all all my affiliates basically are in the same beard community. So you're all competing with each other. So I really don't want to have 400 affiliates because there's never going to be any good for anybody.
Right.
That's why I limit it. If you're going to start an affiliate program or if you're going to take an affiliate code, just monitor how many affiliates are with that company. Like, you know what I mean? Or how many are in the community. If you got Groom Soap Company and they have 300 affiliates, well, you really want to compete with 300 other people?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right.
Rob Acker thinks you got a new mic too, Johnny.
No, I don't. The mic.
Johnny Zoom in a minute.
I can't. I think it died. Like the battery went dead or something, or I mean, it was plugged in, but I don't know what happened to it. This is my first day using it, so I could have not done this correctly. I think
Joe's usually the man of a million questions. You have any? Look. I am on the 2021 World Tour. I have 3 or 4 more obligations. I have 3 or 4 more obligations than I'm not booking any more appearances. And I know I've said this before, Joe, but I'm hardline doing it. And fortunately, I haven't talked to you much about it, Joe, but Johnny and I talked offline that it's just, I got to right now I got too much focus on things I don't need to focus on. I've got to focus it back and grow this beast. You know what I mean? So,
all right, let's roll the pool. All right, because the last time Gary said this, I said no, he wasn't, and he was right. And then he found a couple little squirming excuses when he showed up on live.
I think my last one is in end of April.
Okay.
It's either Seth or
he's back by summer. He's back by June. Late.
Challenge me.
Late. I'll bet you a combo of vintage.
Listen, if I make any other commitments after I said my commitments are done, I'll take vintage off the website.
No, I don't want you to do that.
No, you're not. See, you're not confident. I'm confident.
No, it's not that. It's a stupid name, not a stupid cent. I don't want to take money out of your pocket because I know I'm going to win that. Let the chat come up with a bet. Yeah. I say I get out of school right around the first week of June. Let's call it my end date. It's like June 8th, June 9th, something like that. I'll firm that up. Gary's on an IG live, a YouTube live. His face is on a screen for some reason sometime that's not a charity. I'll forgive him a charity. If a charity or something goes on and he wants to get on, fair enough.
Okay. When I say commitments, I do have a once-a-year commitment to the Uriah Strong Project every June.
Right. That's
never off the table.
Okay. Right.
Outside of that, I have Seth.
I like how
Iowa Crafted. I can't remember the exact name. I got.
The chat seems to be in my corner. No, Gary. Gary can't stay away. No, Seth. Gary, keep it.
Oh, I have Seth. I have Bearded Truth with Jordan, and I have the Beard Regard. Those are my 3 commitments. After those are fulfilled, I'm telling you, I'm not doing any more streams, at least for the rest of the year.
That's double bullshit right there. Nice, Machida, by the way. You're saying for the rest of the year?
Yes. And I'm actively looking for somebody who wants to handle all my social media.
Oh, I have heard you say that before.
The person I had ghosted me and no longer wants to talk to me. So I need someone who wants to actively be the face. I would like 3 people, but I need somebody who wants to handle IG informational stuff, YouTube videos, and I need someone who's not committed to their own YouTube channel because I need you. Like if you're focused on building your own thing, then you're not gonna have time for me.
Right. I want a good bet with you though. I want a good bet with you. I got to think about it.
If I break it, listen. Put money where the mouth is. If I break what I'm saying,
yeah,
I'll get you a bump box because I know you want one.
No, I'll trade you. I'll trade you.
There you're going home because if I win, I'm taking you to the cleaners, Joe.
If Joe wins, you have to rename Vintage to a name of his choosing.
Oh, Johnny's in the sweet spot now. Johnny's in the sweet spot now.
I'm confident, but I can never rename Vintage as something that you would want me to name it because you would.
No. You always focus on that very last name, which obviously would never make your website, right? Yeah, obviously I've got to make a name that is, sale worthy. Yeah, I'm not that big of a dummy. But yeah. That's it. That's what I would want. What would you want?
You want to rename? Okay, if you win, if I break what I'm saying, you could rename Vintage for the Chesapeake site, not the CBD site, because that's too much for me to change.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Now, what do you want if you win? You'd have to come up with it right now.
Right now,
you don't have to come up with it right now. If you don't come up with it in the next half hour or whatever, yeah.
I want a 30-minute YouTube video of Joe professing his love for me. 30 minutes of nonstop love professing.
Oh, that's a good challenge. I could do that. I don't know if I could get 30, so that'll be a task.
This love professing includes you pouring Vintage all over your body. I want the sensual experience of this love profession. I want to feel like Joe is my soulmate. I want you to look in my eyes and burn the love into the retinas deep inside of me, Joe. I want you to love like you never loved before.
Gary, if it goes up on my channel, no one's there, so I'll do that, no problem. Now, you want to put it on another channel, we'll have to talk. But I would definitely do that. I would definitely throw up a half-hour video on my channel of my love for Gary.
Half hour is so long. That's a long video. Oh my god.
It's going to get very boring and repetitive. It is my job not to let it do so.
All right. Okay, 3 minutes. We don't do half hour.
Oh no. I'll meet you in the middle. I think I could go 5 to 15 solid without getting repetitive.
That's what I was gonna say. Around that time.
Oh, you know what? Scratch that. You know what I want? I want a original Barbado Joe rap about his love for me, because you can drop bars with the best of them. And this ain't a joke to anybody who thinks they're a rapper. Joe spits lyrics. He's a lyricist. Joe can spit. He just has a hard time breathing, but he can spit.
Can't argue with that. Cannot argue with that. Okay, done. That's a done.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
What's the bet again? That you can't do it live? That you can't go into it live?
Not doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will firm up the date. I'll tell you right now. It's 7th. Oh, you know what? I have a calendar on here. I'll tell you for sure. It's going to be the first week or just a few days of June. When I'm done with school.
I have to look and confirm when my obligations are, because I don't.
That's fine.
I think
that's fine.
Run through end of April or May, but then that's it.
Okay. I'm saying so.
When I meet up with you in New Jersey, you better not go live like Gary's on the line. No, that don't count.
Okay. Firstly, I don't know that that's happening. I got to be honest. But if it does happen, I wouldn't do that to you. I don't play with that.
No. I mean, like Johnny. Johnny can't like put.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm gonna leave that to Johnny.
All right. So that if we do go live, then that won't count, right?
What'd you say?
Rob said I'm still going to rub Vintage all over myself. I might.
Said if we do, go live or something like that, that won't count, right?
No. This should be just Gary going on a show.
Right.
Yeah. Like this format, right?
But you pop it on Instagram just to do something from your shop counts. You're not doing that shit too, or
okay? Yeah. So
okay.
That's gonna be hard, man.
Just to clear this up.
Yeah, we want to be clear.
There will be videos on my Chesapeake YouTube channel of me with products.
That's fine. That's fine.
Those are like scheduled things, like created videos,
right?
Not lives. I'm talking live.
So from that date, whatever that date is, to the beginning of June, I will not see a Punk Never Dies going live like 10 times throughout the day like I usually do. That's all I'm saying right now. I will not see that ever.
You won't see a Punk Never Dies. Now, Peak CBD is a separate company, so whatever Peak CBD does, I can't control it.
See, there's the loophole right there.
Just kidding.
Okay. Levi, this is not Barbado Joe forcing him to do this. This is a statement Gary is making.
This is a decision that I've tried to make many times before. And like Levi's saying, but no, listen, there's nothing I love more in relation to the business than doing the live and communicating with the people and stuff like that, right? The worst thing though that happens from that is people will come in for 30 seconds and catch a 3-hour conversation, but just 30 seconds of it and repeat it if there's something that wasn't. Because Corey and I had a great conversation not too long ago, and somebody thought I was trashing somebody. Which, if you think Corey would sit there and have a live with me and trash somebody, then you're crazy. Like that just didn't happen. So like it's just, and one is the time. I put too much time in that. I need my time to be dedicated to the business. I can give you the best of me in the business.
Liz and Levi, no, he's going to do lives. That's the whole point of me making the bet. Trust me. I just like thinking of him chomping at the bit to do it, but not doing it for the bit. Then you watch. Let's say he wins this bet, which he's a stubborn son of a bitch. I can see him outlasting the date. Within a week or two, his ass will be back on there.
Now listen, this starts when my commitments are done. So between now and then,
Right.
I'll be live 24 hours a day and get it out.
Right.
Of so.
And I want at least a month, so we'll find out what that last commitment day is. It sounds like it'll time out with when I'm done with school. All I need is a month. Pete, I can answer.
You're betting I won't go a month, but after a month, if it happens, and that's whatever. You're betting just 30 days.
That you will be live again within a 30-day period.
Oh,
And if I last longer than 30 days, then I don't lose.
Yeah.
So don't worry, people. We got this.
Gary, when you get your hats, do you have multiple online stores? I know he belongs to a Hat of the Month club or a dedicated online or brick and mortar spot.
No. So actually, I've not bought any of my hats from brick and mortar. I go Hat Club. They do a lot of every day they're dropping something new, like limit. I buy the limiteds, like the ones you're not going to get, or like the special ones. Like this hat is actually Hat Club's specific logo they use. You can only get this through Hat Club, and they do different colorways. And when they're gone, they're gone.
Oh wow!
And they're gone quick. And there's a few other sites I use, and I've got some customers who message me like, "Hey, check out this hat." Like, I don't know if he's in here, but I can't remember the name. I have to go back and look. Somebody said, "Send me a link. Check out this Expos hat." I bought it within 3 seconds because they still had it. Like, because it's just an Expos hat, you just don't see it.
Yeah.
But
so man, that one could get dirty quickly.
Yeah.
What happened?
That could get dirty so quickly with all the white and baby blue.
That's why I don't wear it. It was in a protective thing at the house, but I'm like, you know what? I haven't worn this one yet.
You could spray them with
like a guard, like a Scotch guard kind
of. Like I do whenever my wife gets new sneakers, we spray it and it's like a water repellent. So as soon as anything hits it, the water beads right off.
Talking too much, I gotta get a drink.
Sorry.
Yeah, Eric, I don't know. I think he'll beat me just because he's stubborn and he will last that long. But trust me, for those of you who miss Gary in the live, don't believe him. The whole year, no way. He'll beat me for this bet, but he's going to be back sometime in the summer. I guarantee you.
It would be pretty cool if you could rename Vintage, though.
It would be.
Like that'd be pretty awesome. Joe hated it so much. No,
You're not renaming Vintage, Joe. It's not happening.
I know. I fully expect you to win this bet, but
I will buy one of those safes that you see people put their cookies in and put like a countdown on it. I will put my phone in a 30-day lockdown.
Are you going to do like the Twilight Zone episode and cut your throat so you win the bet? You remember that one?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that life.
Yeah, a guy made a bet. I forget what the thing was for, but the guy bet that he wouldn't talk for a year. And the guy knew that he couldn't not talk for a year, so he sliced his vocal cords so that he wouldn't.
What I'm going to do is, at the end of my obligation, I'm going to go to the courthouse and legally change my name because I said Gary Lewis will not go live. But hey, Larry Lewis can do what he wants.
Larry Goose.
If you want to spend the money for that.
I've already legally changed my name once. I ain't doing it again.
Donald Long, only for a week. By the way, I think this is the second to last Spirit Therapy show from this house, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
So if anything, Donald, it may, if during the actual hardcore moving week and we don't have internet or something, that would be the only thing that would impact it. It's late enough that we won't be actually moving. So it would be in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending, and then everything will be gravy.
I can't wait for everybody to hear your rap about me.
I may have to start working on it now because I know you're going to beat me. And plus, I haven't written in a while, so it'll be fun.
But it has to be a positive rap. You can't diss me. It's got to be a love rap.
Dude, okay. Well, there's a difference between a positive rap and a love rap, but I'll give you a love rap.
Wow.
Do you want it set to like a slower love beat or to like a more banging?
I want a Barbie Lil Joe original. You do you, boo. Use your. Because listen, I've seen you spit, dude. You do you.
All right.
You're good.
Yeah, Bushido, that was a great Twilight Zone episode. Twilight Zone was just a great damn.
What
show.
happened at the end of that? Like,
I'm gonna schedule a live for July 1st. Just saying. Just kidding.
That was the end. The end was
oh,
the year passed, and the guy came up. He's like, "I can't believe you." And Bushido, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been many years since I've seen the episode. The guy he was betting with, like he was like, if I'm not mistaken, Bushido, he was kind of like locked in a box at this men's club, like in a room, and he couldn't leave or I forget the exact thing, but you know how Twilight Zones always end on a twist or something.
yeah.
That was the twist. Was we realized that he had to cut his own throat or his own vocal cords to win the bet. That's how badly he wanted to win the bet.
Oh, I didn't bring the cookies here, Chris. Sorry, cookies are at the house.
Russ? Is that what it's called? The
silence? Oh, good, because I got to see what the bet was. Like, I'm so intrigued by this now. Like,
yeah, it's on Netflix.
I want to know the plot, everything.
I want to go back and rewatch them just because I love that like nostalgic feel of 50s America, and you get a lot of that in the Twilight Zone. Like, I don't care so much for the outer space episodes and stuff, but when they're in Any Town USA with Every Person USA or whatever, although To Serve Man is a great, somewhat in outer space, some down here with Jaws from the James Bond movies.
Can we recap therapy tonight? Have I talked shit about anybody tonight?
No.
Okay, good.
Russ Young, there it is, Johnny Grooms. It's on the screen. Season 2, episode
61. All right, thank you, Russ.
Damn,
yes.
Russ, like,
all right.
And there's Bushido. Yes, locked in a transparent room. The guy that he bet against didn't have the money to pay him because he had lost all his money. Oh yeah, baby, it's good. It's
okay.
I'm sorry I spoiled the ending for you, Johnny. I didn't know.
No, that's all right. I'm okay with the spoilers because I'll still watch it.
Jeff, it's not too late to boot you too, brother. I've been threatening throwing people in the timeout with this.
I know. I see that.
Yeah, Bushido, Serve Man. I love that episode.
It's a cookbook. There you go. It's a Scent of the Month Twilight Zone edition. You could put
there you go.
Or To Serve Man.
I think it's a little old. I think it's a little old for what you're going for.
Scent of the Month, we have one coming out April 4th-ish. Is our Baywatch.
Oh, Baywatch. Nice.
It's going to be called Beard Watch.
Okay.
Disney, I used to teach that one because it borrows a line from Of Mice and Men. That one is called Time Enough at Last, Disney. Time Enough at Last is the name of that one.
So can you really spoil it? Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, yeah, it's a spoiler.
What did James Pershing say? It's 50 bucks. Yeah. I mean, I guess you haven't seen it.
The release we do on May 4th, you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah. So that's the June scent. Wait. I'm the June scent. Okay.
And all I got to say is May the 4th be with you. And then you should know.
There you go.
Popular release.
Probably.
Guarantee it.
Jeff, I'm just taking my vitriol from like Eric and James out at you. You're probably right. I should give you the benefit of the doubt.
What else was in that box, Joe?
What else was in that box? Well, we had a combo. Gary sent me a combo. There was the Twix bar, which I ate. Then, there's another Twix bar. I think you sent me 2 Twix bars.
I usually just grab whatever my hand grabs.
There is a CBG card. There's what I
soda. I'll be right back. Thirsty.
There's what I purchased.
Planned. I didn't know Joe was getting his box in there.
Yeah, my wife literally. It was out on the porch. I never get the mail. If she hadn't checked, I wouldn't have got it. I got the Aberdeen combo.
Open that.
And I got the Scarecrow.
I don't think you'll like Aberdeen, so I want to hear what you think.
Where's the oil? I like opening
because you'll smell it more in the Vitality than you will the oil.
You will? Okay.
Yeah, because the restrictor top.
Yeah, I'm not opening that one.
Which one is that? Oh.
That's the name that shall not be mentioned. Where did I put the damn Vitality for Aberdeen?
You just had it in your hand.
I did just have it in my hand. Hold on. Oh, you know why? It was in my lap, and my gut is so fat I couldn't see it. Okay. Ooh. It's the silver with the cool swirly on it. I like that.
Hurricane Joe is what that is.
Beard Therapy is brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
And Jim Beam.
Levi, I will look. So your email goes out every 30 days from when you ordered it. So I don't know what your original date was.
Damn, Gary, this stuff sticks pretty good. There we go.
Diet
Yeah,
Dr.
heat
Pepper.
electromagnetic forces.
All right, let's see what I got.
I could be the face of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that is sharp. That is sharp. What is that? Hold on. What's my scent profile? But there's something behind it, Gary, I really like. Like
So, I
it
won't
hits
show
sharp.
the full profile. but
Okay.
there is lemon, honey, ginger, pipe tobacco, and Egyptian amber.
Ooh.
Okay, let me warm a little up.
Wait,
It comes out like kind of florally, but there's nothing floral in there.
which one is this?
Aberdeen,
Aberdeen.
Oh.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh, love it. Way more warmed up. Now I get the more floral notes with the warm up. Out of this butter tin, it is like a one huge scent with a little. I can feel a couple others behind it. But warmed up on my arm, which I have right now.
Really do like this.
Oh yeah. That is night and day, though, dude. That is seriously night and day. The warm up from
Sometimes you just have to warm it up.
yeah. I can see the floral comments. That's
Donald,
nice.
I did coach Little League and football.
Eric,
I like that, huh?
I don't mind popping the Aberdeen, but I was not going to pop that vintage.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
People say they got floral from it, but there's nothing floral in there. But I could see with everything that blends together, the kind of it's the lemon and the honey and the ginger that kind of
Yeah.
gives that.
That's nice. That's nice. Definitely a warm weather kind of scent, at least on my arm right now.
Yeah, that's what the idea was to kind of lead us into the spring season.
Mm. Yeah, that's crazy because you do get some floral notes, but I'm smelling the lemon and the ginger for sure. I'm not getting much of the tobacco.
Yeah, you won't.
Yeah.
So if you could have smelled it before I added tobacco and the Egyptian amber, you would know that those got added. You'd be able to tell what they did.
Okay.
Sometimes when you add the scent, you're not adding it to get the tobacco profile. You're
Right.
adding it to get what it changes.
Right.
And there's just enough to change it. Because before there was a real sharp, like a really high pitched smell, like just, and then they toned it down and brought it together.
Man, that because I mean the raspberry, the ginger ras, that was sharp out of 10 too. But this was a different kind of sharp. In your sense, at least, I've never smelled something that is so different. Because even when you warm ginger ras up, I got more of the ginger, but it still had that sharpness of the raspberry. But this to me is just like, bam, punching in the nose with something that's not quite lemon, but feels like it.
Mhm.
But on here, man, this is like, rub this on your body and find yourself some love.
And the honey is so much different than the honey that's in Kingston.
Kingston, way, yeah.
Vintage. You mean way different honeys.
Yeah, that's a nice one, Gary. I'm glad I got this one. I wish I could have got Valence. That was the other one I was looking at that I liked.
Scarecrow. Have you ever had Scarecrow?
I've never had Scarecrow. No, so this is 2.0 though, right?
No, this Scarecrow, that's original Scarecrow.
Didn't you say that you had to redo it though?
The Scarecrow Reborn was limited just for the fall because I couldn't get the ingredients to make Scarecrow. So I redid a whole different version.
Oh, okay.
Reborn is night and day different than the original. You got the original.
I'll tap that thing.
Yeah. The original is my favorite. Out of everything I do, except for Kauai, original Scarecrow is still my favorite. Which was created by my wife and named by Sam C.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's. I've got
That
no
one
other
warmed up
warm.
will change too.
Yeah. Out of the bottle. First thoughts bring me to Rusted.
Close, yeah. They got some similarities.
Oh, there's something kind of deeper and darker that comes out big time when it's warmed up that I don't get out of the bottle.
The moss.
The moss, that's it. Yeah. I could have never told you that was moss, but once you said moss,
So it's apple, cider, cedar, amberwood, and moss.
that almost has, and none of the things you said to me have it, but that almost gives kind of like a smoky vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that green, but that kind of vegetative green with that moss. That's good too, Gary.
Yeah.
I was expecting more the traditional fall scent, I guess. So I'm pleasantly surprised with this because I got the
So-
apple, but it goes a way different way.
The idea behind Scarecrow is if you walked into like an apple orchard, for like an apple festival, and you could smell everything, not just the apples. You could smell the trees, the ground, the grass.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
everything.
Wow.
And I think it accomplished it. McMahon loves
Yeah.
Reborn better. Reborn has more of the cinnamony, spicy to it,
Okay.
but
That's what I was expecting with this, just because I knew it was a fall scent. No,
yeah.
I haven't smelt it, McMahon, but I like the idea that this is a fall scent that doesn't do what you think a fall scent will.
I have a few Reborn Vitalities left. I'll send you one so you can smell Reborn. You smell my elbow.
Well, James, if I were more flexible, that's good though. Yeah, happy with both those purchases. You know what I'm going to try with? I'm going to try with, and it's so powerful I can't wear it when my wife's around, so it's got to be like a go off to work scent. Tomorrow I'm going to wear that Rhapsody with the Irish blue.
Scarecrow with the bottle that you don't want to say the name of together, I guarantee you will be good.
Really?
Yeah. Just knowing this, I can picture the smells right now.
Yeah.
I would go, like, if you're going to go by drops, let's say I would do 5 Scarecrow to the other one, and that'd probably be the blend.
Man, this Aberdeen's been on like 2 more minutes. Man, that really settles in and warms up nice.
Aberdeen of being too feminine, and I even have my wife. The first 2 renditions of it, my wife's like, it's too girly, so that's where we added the pipe tobacco and some other stuff. I mean, we had to add some things, but not the pipe tobacco, but the amber.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Disney, if you like Apple, I really enjoyed Rusted. That to me feels like a more fall scent, but not with all the spices and stuff. It just feels like a really good apple.
Rusted was 2 types of apple with just a little bit of like a rustic woods rum scent to it, but not from like alcohol. Like it was, Rusted was beautiful.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I have Rusted. Rusted's good.
If I'm not mistaken, Ron, he doesn't sell it anymore. I managed to snag it on Black Friday when he brought some old scents back. Is that right, Gary? You don't do Rhapsody regularly?
No.
Yeah.
I have some though. If you order a mystery box, that's how you get it.
If you order a mystery box, there's Rusted, which is a great label. Ron, you know what?
Label for Rusted. Rusted is such a
Rusted is it's a very cool label. Very cool
my
label.
artist did that. Such a great job.
Yeah.
I don't have
any
left.
Ron, you know what I like about Rhapsody is that we see a ton of different cherry tobaccos, but the fact that this is a cherry bourbon, so you're getting that cherry you're expecting, but the bourbon just does something way different with it, and still powerful and sharp, and it has that good cherry punch, not the medicinal.
Black cherry, bourbon, vanilla. I hate that medicinal smelling cherry. This is a good, rich, dark cherry. I really like it. I think it'll. So then what I'll have cherry, blueberry, and oatmeal, and I think that's going to be rocking. And bourbon, whiskey, whatever it is. Yeah. If you order a mystery box and you're looking for something specific, even if I don't have it, put in the notes. If possible, these scents, and if I have them, I'll toss it in.
I don't want to tell you how to do your business, Gary, but I thought it was a great idea for Black Friday to bring back some of those old scents for a little.
Yeah, I was able to get the cherry cola.
Yeah,
I was able to get. I was
cherry cola is actually coming back here in May because we do the cherry cola once a year, and it's centered around the Cheer Wine Festival.
I love it.
Yeah.
Disney, you just have to watch. I mean, obviously he's going to do sales and stuff. We'll see what he does this year. And obviously, Gary has a lot of sense he could have brought back. He just brought back some.
So, Rusted, this is where I'm at with Rusted right now. McMahon has said Rusted is my least favorite. Well, then send Rusted to Disney, you greedy bastard. You know what's funny? There's 2 scents of mine that well, now I know 2. McMahon hates cherry cola, hates it. And that's perfectly fine. I never get upset if someone.
It smells so good.
He doesn't like cherry cola. See, he's throwing out the pukey face.
Yeah, I see that. Pukey face.
But yeah, cherry cola be coming out. So with Rusted is an apple forward. So you have to like apple. I want to bring an apple. I love the fruit stuff is like my repertoire. Like I'm good at doing those. I want to bring an apple scent to the CBD line. I am tempted to, but I don't want to just bring something that I've already done over. But I have Scarecrow and I have Rusted that I am torn on which one to update to bring over to CBD. If I bring Scarecrow over, I'll add Oud to it because Oud will help round out the earthiness to it and give it a different punch. If I do Rusted, I don't know what I would add to it. I could still probably add Oud, but I don't know. I can tell you the next couple CBD releases will be brand new, never done before, because I don't want to just bring stuff over and like that's just no creativity. I want some original stuff in the CBD line.
Right.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, see, McMahon. See, this is why I say McMahon has me on his top 3. I don't think I'm in his top companies more. McMahon hasn't bought anything in a while, and that's perfectly fine. But McMahon doesn't love me anymore, so it's okay.
he did say it's not that he dislikes Rusted; it's his least favorite of the scent of the month that he has.
You know, I keep getting. I know Rob Acker he hates when I say his last name. But Rob hates Parrot, and I keep getting messages. Is Parrot coming back this year? Is Parrot coming back this year? I'm like, you know what? I usually do it in the spring, but I don't think I'm going to do it this year. Parrot was other than you two knuckleheads, Parrot was loved by a lot of people.
Okay, so this was my take, and I'm obviously in the majority of, or in the minority of two. Gary, when Gary was, we were on Bearded Sharks show, Rob and I think someone else. And Gary said he was going to send the panel a bunch of stuff. And the one set of Gary's, I wasn't buying Gary stuff at the time. The one set of Gary's I really wanted to try was Cubano. So I said, Gary, if you want to send me some Cubano, that'd be great. So he sent me 57. He likes Rob Moore, so he sent Rob Moore. He sent me 57. He sent me Parrot. And then you sent me one other one. I can't remember what it was. I really liked your balm because that's what you were doing at the time, or at least that's what you sent me. I liked your balm. 57 was too sweet, and that Parrot to me smelled like Pledge.
Yeah, I mean, Rob is the only two that ever said that. 57 was butterscotch, bourbon, amber, and oud. Yeah,
that was a sweet one for me. It was okay, but that would have been like on a rare occasion. I couldn't. Yeah, there it is. I could not wear the Parrot. Yeah. But then I think, well, whatever I unboxed was the first scent I actually purchased, which if I don't count the original Vitality scent, because I got that first.
Did I ever send you Cubano?
You did. I bought Cubano. Oh, you did? No, you did in that batch of like generosity from the Mo show. But I eventually bought it.
So the Old 57, it is sweet. So you know what's funny? So let me tell you a story on Old 57. First of all, I love the label. That's probably my favorite label just because I love cars like that. Old 57 was actually the original collab scent with Matt No BS. It was done, ready, on board, and then he came back. He goes, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's just a little too sweet for me. I said, cool, we could scratch anything you want to do. Then we came out with the original idea, the greatest idea ever, where we had an oil, balm, and butter, each a different scent profile, and you put them together and make something magical, or you could mix and match whatever. But yeah, so when I told Matt, I'm like, well, I've got Old 57 created, or that scent created. I was like, what am I gonna call it? What am I gonna do with it? I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna release it. And it reminds me of like like a butterscotch candy cruising in the car with Pop back in the day. So that's Old 57. Here we go.
Are you ever gonna plan to release Forecast again? Because this is great. Sandalwood Vanilla Oud. This smells really, really good.
Maybe not in that variation. That was sandalwood. There's alcohol in that one. Sandalwood.
It says sandalwood, vanilla, and oud. That's it. In Forecast.
Oh, that's the oil. Okay, I'm thinking of
the oil.
Yeah. Balm had what was it? Leather and whiskey.
Yes. Yeah. But this is like one of my favorite oud scents. This one right here.
Mick says Mick will order what Mick wants, woman. He said, "Oh no, you won't."
Shit.
He says sandalwood, vanilla. You know what? I might. Who knows? Who knows what? I might do something different with it, but
it smells great.
Yeah. So Liz, So it's funny. Liz's husband is starting a beard company. Freaking, what's the name of it? I have it. I talk to the guy all the time. Oh my goodness. Liz, please say it in the chat. I can't remember. Search with a J, I think, or something like that. But yeah, she uses my stuff all the time. And you know what, Liz? I do have some of the kids' body wash.
Legacy.
Jay, what the hell was I thinking? Legacy.
Vintage.
Sam is his name. Sam Hayes. It's gonna be bad, but he owns his own beard company, but his wife loves mine more. Like, that sucks. Just kidding, Liz. But I just actually had a phone conversation, like a video chat with Sam the other day about he asked me about boxes, and I was like, well, do you mean boxes like the DNC kit box, or like boxes like my brown ones? I said don't. So I broke down like how he could save some money, but yeah. So looking forward to that. Oh, you know what? He actually sent me. I have his tester oil, unscented, and I used it. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, and I told it I don't want to like hurt anybody's feelings, and I told him, I was like, this is good. I was like, it's not blow me out of the water. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to do that. Not because of me, just anybody. I said it's better than a lot of stuff out there, but I would say it's not so different where I'd be like, whoa, this is holy crap. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's going to add some things, but it's good. It's not bad at all. I would use it over a lot of other stuff. But now when other people send me this, and this is the weirdest thing, when people send me stuff to test their stuff, I feel really weird about it. But I try to not compare it to my products. The standard now, when people have sent me stuff to test it, I compare it to Beard Mana. And I know people don't like to hear that, but and I have not tested anything better than Beard Mana. I just, but Sam's has been the closest that I've used. See, it's good stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what he finishes with. A lot of people have tested it too, not just me. So he has a lot of good feedback. It's not terrible. It's not like, oh my God, what are you doing? No, the guy's got something going. So I'm excited to see what he does.
Cool.
And now Liz is never going to buy anything from me again. Just kidding. No, the Heinous
It's over.
When Sam launches, Sam's gonna come correct. I promise you. You guys are gonna be satisfied with what he does.
I was already planning on wearing Peak tomorrow, but I don't know which one I'm gonna wear.
I see Barden in here. Yep. Been gone for a while. I thought maybe
he's got that little one. He just has a new baby.
I thought maybe he fell off the cliff. The world's flat, so he walked off the edge of Canada.
The world's flat.
The edge of Canada.
I picked up a couple of his scents recently, and I'll tell you what, for as simplistic as it sounds, sandalwood, frankincense. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adam. I think it's just sandalwood and frankincense, and it might have one other thing in it. Damn, does that smell good? Yeah. That's like
frankincense. Frankincense and myrrh. I'd rather rub your poop flavored ice cream on my hair, my beard. Like, I can't do frankincense and myrrh. Oh, snaps!
What?
Our new conditioner will be coming out soon. I got notice that it's on its way.
Oh,
we did our testing. All my testing came back.
That's replacing Vitality or whatever it is.
No, Ultra.
Ultra.
All the testers selected the one that I knew was going to be the one. They've all agreed that it's a proper replacement.
Okay.
And I'm excited for it.
Cool. I'm excited to try it.
Me too.
Because the old conditioner was amazing.
Now, I'm not naive. I know some people are not going to like it compared to Ultra. It's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I like it better than Ultra. For me, it does better. When I get out of the shower, and this is the thing that I don't judge the conditioner until after I get out of the shower and dry my beard. and then feel how soft it is. Because once it's
Yeah.
still wet and stuff like that, you're not going to feel the super softness. So I
Yeah.
dry it off, comb it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. I get a better feeling with the new one than I did with the Ultra. The only difference is Ultra could be used as a leave-in. This one can't.
I never use it as a leave-in, so I won't miss that.
I have a barber shop who does. He uses it as a leave-in treatment and leaves it in with a hot towel over the people's beards and then washes it out. So I have one barber shop in Michigan who will be the only place to get Ultra at all because I'm still keeping it around for him specifically. But
Wow.
he actually has a few products that you can't get anywhere but with him.
So Gary told me this once, and if I'm speaking out of school, too bad. He does, so he does this. I don't want to say special order, but this is how he treats his business customers. So he's keeping the Ultra for the Michigan. And you told me about you've got a barbershop in Belgium where you keep just a few of the scents that you don't keep in the American market, but you send them to him, correct?
So yeah, so I have found, ironically, that the customer base there likes their scent profile preferences are, ooh, hey John, are a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just not an understanding of business, but the barber, when he puts his order in, he like, if I've ever done a scent ever, he'd be like, I need 10 of those, 20 of these things. I'm like, I don't even make that scent anymore, but he wants it. I'm like, all right. I mean, like he put in an order for Kingston and I wasn't even making Kingston anymore. I'm like, so the hard part is like, well, I got to order. So then I got to tell him, look, it's going to be a little bit longer because now I got to order something. But yeah, so the Belgium market likes the sweeter stuff I found. Like they love Old 57, Kingston, the Scarecrow and Phoenix and all that. But yeah, so like if you want Mojo, you can get that still in Michigan. If you want Ultra, you can get it in Michigan. If you want Piney and a butter, which I've never done, you can get Piney and a butter, which was our Mojo scent, which is the citrus and pine. If you want, remember I did a scent called Solace. If you want that in a Mojo, you can get that in Michigan.
I had a camera issue. All right. For some reason, that one decided to turn off. And now I think I don't know if my audio is messed up, but
there is. Where's Ken at tonight? That son of a gun.
So like I had to switch over to my regular webcam, but now I got it going again, and it looks like it's okay.
You look professional.
Because what happened is that if you stream, they tell you don't use this, like the memory card, when you're using it as a webcam, and I think that's what jacked it up. But yeah,
James,
that's what testing it. Hold up again.
Kalamazoo.
It's a big ass state, Michigan.
Yeah.
Mystic Mac.
Go here. Or
It's just what I have on me.
So Rob is in the chat. Rob was one of our conditioner testers. He knows which one we chose, so he could tell you if he likes it or not. I will say it's different than Ultra. Like the feel and the way it's different. It's night and day different. The end result I feel is better than Ultra. How it may feel in the shower and all that, it's different. But my focus was how does it feel after? Once you dry your beard, comb it through, how's it feel compared to Ultra? And to me, it beat Ultra. How it feels in the shower is different. I don't want to say one's better than the other. They're different. See, he says B all day because B was the tester number that they got picked. Yeah.
So I definitely
I narrowed it down to the last and it was A, B, and C. A was not even. I didn't even want to send them A because A wasn't even going to be remotely close to being a contender. But I sent him A anyways, and Rob's like, "Yeah, I don't like A." I was like, "Neither do I," but I had to send you 3. I needed at least a wider spectrum of a. New conditioner name's it's not gonna have a name. This is gonna be called beard conditioner. I can't come up with a name to save my life, and I'm not calling it Ultra. So I'm just gonna call it beard conditioner, and the first one's gonna be fragrance free, and then we'll do we will do scented conditioners, but they'll be 4 ounce only. And the new one, I haven't decided yet. And maybe Joe, you can probably give some insight in these guys here later, Disney. I am seriously considering doing it just in 4 ounces, not 8 ounces, because everyone does the 8 ounce. Some people do 16 and 20. But you mean beard guys are collectors. They've got 10, 12 different bottles of conditioner. Do they really need another 8 ounce?
I want an 8 ounce. 4 ounces piss me off.
Oh, you want an 8 ounce? So what does the guy? We got 28 people in here. Put 4 or 8 in the chat. What do you prefer? And don't say it because of like price. Don't worry about the pricing. I'm gonna take care of you guys on that. But do you prefer a 4 ounce or do you want an 8 ounce or do you want both? The scented is gonna be 4 ounce period because you don't need 100 scented bottles.
My argument, Gary, is you sell out a lot of different product.
So I need more inventory with 4 ounces, like twice the inventory.
It's math. You can do the same thing with 8 as you can with 4.
I can tell you with this new conditioner, I'm going to have my inventory levels. I don't anticipate. The only time I might sell out is the first run because I only ordered so much of it the first time because myself and the testers know it's good, but I want to make sure the consumers are going to like it. So I'm only buying so much. If the feedback comes back already positive, then I'm loading up inventory like nobody's business.
If you count me, that's 8-1 just in our small sample set right here. 8-1 for the 8 ounce.
Yeah, the scented will be 4 ounce. There's no debating on that. If I do scented, it'd be 4 ounces just because people buy scented. I like the unscented because you can work with anything.
Well, you can do scented 4 ounce releases and then your main conditioner 8 ounce.
And that's possible.
Do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how often I condition. I'm still using my tester. That's how often I condition. So to me, 4 ounces would last a while because I have other stuff I use.
I'm holding on. I bought 2 on Black Friday. One is gone, and since I had heard it was going away, I'm holding the other Ultra. And I bought another conditioner to help me out, and then I got another one free. And so I'm holding on to that damn Ultra because I still like it. Until you get the new one in, I probably won't use the Ultra so I can make a decision.
So I am going to do sample sizes of the conditioner.
Look at Jason Finn, Gary. Look at what Jason Finn said.
So, Jason, I am going to make it's basically like a travel kit. It's going to be conditioner in a sample size, like a 1 or 2 use thing that you could just throw a little pack in your bag. You don't need a whole bottle. So I'm going to take care of the travel thing. 3.4, like the small bottles. One labeling the smaller the bottles, the smaller the labels, the more pain in the ass it is because there's a lot of information on my labels. So I'd rather do like a little travel kit with just like these sample packs you could just throw in your bag. But we that's something we've been thinking about because like when I travel, I can't take anything with me unless I put it in its own little thing. But that's something we've been working on is figuring out how we can help without having to come up with a whole new line. Actually, here, I'll show you. I've got
We'll let Gary show us this last thing, and then we'll probably call it a night.
Yeah. So it'll come in a thing like this, but it'll have a label on it. So of course,
it's a little squeeze packy kind of thing.
Yeah. So this is open, so you can fill it, but this is heat sealed, and you'll just rip the top, and you can just squeeze it in your hands. So
right.
have like 2 or 3 uses in it, and we'll sell them like maybe in a 5-pack, so you could just travel. And I'll be throwing when I make these, I'll be throwing random in orders, just random for people who don't order the conditioner. I'll put this in there for them to like a free sample.
Yeah, right. Now we're talking.
But yeah, and we're also going to. It'll be smaller, but we're going to be doing hot oil treatment kits in bags like this, so you could just throw this whole thing in some hot water, heat up the oil, take it out, and then put it in your beer.
I think if you did a 3-pack of like conditioner, hot oil, and lube. That then you're hitting no lube.
Maybe some vitality.
Yeah, they're not. Well, I guess they're like ketchup packets, but they're not ketchup packets.
I'm going with lube. If you want lube, put it in the chat because you never can't use lube for one reason or another.
Oh, for traveling. Okay. All right. Yeah. The wheels are not, that grease tonight.
Oh, and yeah, these kids say so. It's documented that I have hot oil treatments. Rob and I talked about it. I can't remember how long ago. Because Rob's like, "Are you serious?" Yeah, bro. It's a concept that we've been working on. Like I said, I'm too busy going live to get things out. You know what I mean? How do you think my buddy Joe at Beard Octane gets all this stuff done besides hiring the cool guys like Eric? You don't see him live. He's hustling, doing his shit. And that's what I need to do. I need to stop going live and just do my stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what we'll do. Like here, I spent 3 hours here. I could have made. Do you know how many samples I could have made in 3 hours? Actually, it takes a long time. Oil samples take forever. I hate them.
That's why you were always sold out of them when I tried to buy from you way back when.
So I have 75% of the samples made. I ran out of bottles. I got more coming. Sample packs would be available soon. Because I had to order new. I ordered all new. Let me show you.
Okay, let's leave and have them come back to the plastic.
I can hear you.
Do what? So I ordered these labels, but so the samples will now look like this. The black label.
I like those screw top samples.
Yeah. It's 5 milliliters, so 1/6 of an ounce. It's a good amount.
Yeah.
The sample packs will have 12 of these, one of each scent. So we've got the Irish Blue, the Cubano, the Scarecrow, the Phoenix, the Lavender Grove, the Irish Blue, Cubano, Phoenix, Poe, Vintage, Daybreak, then I don't know, whatever other scents I got. Sweeney, Cavalry.
McMahon, you are a tick on the ass of the chat. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Start coming up with the original shit you were hitting me with. Because after the few early blows on me, all you did was suck the blood off of other people's ideas. That's all you have done. Why don't you be a man and tell Rob it sounded soft rather than just agreeing with him after he outs himself? Okay, that's all I'm saying. So you threw up your fucking balls when you were, over the toilet 35 times last weekend.
So Levi makes a good point. A lot of people say what sets me apart is that my interaction with the community. If I'm making products or packing orders, I'll go live and chat while I'm doing that. I don't just go live, sit at my desk and talk shit about people. I go live while I'm doing things. And I love that stuff. I love interacting. So when I cut that out, I am opening the door for anybody who wants to video chat with me and have a conversation while I'm working. We can video chat all day. If you want to shoot the shit and talk, I'm always open. And why did Joe leave for?
Oh, did I leave?
Yeah.
God, the camera. There you go. Sorry, I was going over to the chat to comment.
Yeah. So I will always be available. I answered, you know how like Dan C says he gets 1 million DMs a day and he's always answering them? Same way. I answer DMs all the time. And you know what I mean? I have to take a step back from always being in front of the camera, and I just got to get things done. I got to get to a point where I could grow to the point where I can hire people to do the things I don't want to do.
Word?
Like be in front, be like, be on Beard Therapy. I could have paid somebody right now to sit here and talk to you.
I just looked at my phone.
That's such an ass answer right there.
Well,
okay, it's not a tech, but it's the closest thing I could find. Okay. All right. Well, some of us have to stupidly teach in the morning, and others have to stupidly teach their own children in the morning for different school reasons.
And I got to get up at 7 so I can get my kid on the bus to stupidly get taught by somebody.
Damn education.
And I need time to make my latte in the morning. I'm telling you, if you have a Keurig machine, throw it in the trash. Buy a Nespresso. Nespresso machines are where it's at. Period. Just saying. Be bougie, baby.
Can you run vinegar through the Nespresso like you could the Keurig?
How
do you clean it?
they make cleaning things. I don't know. They have a cleaner thingy. I just bought mine 3 days ago, so I don't need to clean it yet.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, because that's the thing that's wrong with Keurigs is that they get all moldy on the inside.
Nah, espresso. So the thing with Nespresso is, so it's a little round capsule that looks like a half circle, and on the inside it has a barcode, so it reads exactly how much water to put through it. And at first it puts the water directly into the capsule, lets it soak for a second, and then this capsule spins. You hear, and the water just circles through all of that coffee, and then it comes out and has nice creamy foam. But there's like, dude, in the water tank on the back, you can watch how it barely uses any water, dude. So you're not getting all that stuff. It blows Keurigs up the water, and they're not cheap machines. So even when you open it, you touch the button and it opens itself. And then you put the tab in, you touch it and it closes down. You push the one button, you push it, it makes the coffee. When you open it back up, it automatically, when you open it, you can see it flips the capsule to the back and it collects in a bin. All the old capsules collect in a bin. You just dump them in a recycle bag. They send you recycling bags. They recycle your thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to go, but I'm going to have to say one more thing here. Okay.
I'm gonna buy this thing now.
I love the dynamic of the people
you're
interacting with Gary while the crowd, the chat heckles me and I heckle the chat because it's like two different things going on at once. Number two, McMahon made a very good comment, but when you first heard that dude's age, who did not do like a quadruple take, right? Because you all know you thought
like
McMahon was.
Right?
What's that?
Isn't it Mick like 50?
I think he's in his 40s, right?
He's 35 or something.
Oh. I knew he was around there, somewhere around in that realm.
When he first said, it's like they're gonna cut his arm off when he dies and look for the rings in his bone like a tree, and they're all gonna have heart attacks. And they're like, Jesus, he was 20 years younger than he looked. Come on, McMahon, you know you've led a hard life, brother. The Oklahoma circus cows.
First of all, that's what I was gonna say. When you live in Oklahoma, the land of the Tiger King and circus cow, that's a rough life. Like.
Eric Kennedy has just been David and Goliathing me with his damn what do you call the thing, slingshot all night long. I've been focusing on the chat all night tonight. That was my goal, and Eric has just been hammering me all night. Okay. Oh, and then
see this? My goodness,
that's so vintage, Eric.
Oh. Now, Devin, I've got one cocked and loaded, but I'm going to hold on to it. But let me just say it has to do with you and your basketball team. Old fart here did a little creeping, and it took me like 10 pages before I could find your
My basketball team?
No, Devin's basketball team.
Oh,
yeah. I was down there with the equipment manager and the jock washer.
So Devin's like third string. Is that what you're trying to say? Is Devin even here?
I think they're letting Devin play on the freshman team, even though he's a little older, so he can get some PT. That's just my theory, though. I'll be the 36th the next time I appear on therapy. Fucking in dog years.
I think McMahon's dyslexic, and he got those backwards. 63, Mick.
That's like 250 to you and me, Russ. 36, my ass. You look like one of those dudes that should have been.
Let's ask Mrs. Mick. How many times do people think McMahon's your dad?
What's that?
Let's ask Miss Mick. Does Mick ever get confused for her dad?
Oh.
That's the real test.
I think Mrs. Mick hit the bed a while ago.
Oh.
McMahon hangs out here with us. He goes to sleep on that living room chair. He's one of those dudes.
Well, Mick's daughter's like 8 or 9, right? I bet you they're like, "Oh, your grandpa's such a nice guy all the time."
I swear to, and I was thinking, it's so funny. I saw how young his daughter was. I'm like, well, Joe, you had a kid at 39. A dude could have a kid at like 45, no problem.
Well,
and I'm not busting balls here. I thought
Nick was early. Is it Keith Richards who has like a 3-year-old kid or something like that?
Yeah, but that's Keith Richards. I mean, he can get what he wants. And then there's Mick. We're not talking equal sums and parts here, right? Let's be honest here.
You're comparing McMahon and Keith Richards.
She could be 20 years older than you, and she still looks younger than you.
God, I hope your lovely daughter doesn't get your aging genetics, dude. Holy shit.
She's older than me.
Oh, thank goodness your wife is.
Mick McMahon is like the opposite of Benjamin Button.
I swear to God, he threw up 3 extra years the other night. He was hoping he'd go down when he went up. I was 28 when I had my first. Rare these days. God, 28. That was only 7 years ago, Johnny.
I had my first son. I was 20. I was 20 when my son was born.
That's too young.
I got married at 19. I've been married 22 years.
I mean, that's admirable, but I also sit there and go, what about your fuck around time, right?
I didn't have any. You know what's
I
funny?
didn't have any either.
Yeah.
I was in the
haven't
Marine
either.
Corps, and well, pretty
All right.
soon I'll be 48, and all my kids will be adults doing what they want to do. My wife and I will have our F around time then, and I'll still be effing up.
That's the thing. That's where you beat me, because I'll be in my mid-50s before my twins are in college. Actually, I'm pretty close, mid to upper 50s.
But I do tell people, enjoy your life first and then do the family things. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be kind of nice that, like, by the time the super dependent part of my kids' life, like, they'll still be dependent, 18, 19, 20, but
Right.
they'll be adults, and then my wife and I, we can just do our own thing,
Right.
and we're still young
Yeah.
enough, we can just do whatever. You know what I mean?
That's why those 18 and pregnant kids, like
No,
on
16.
MTV, 16 and pregnant kids, they kind of got it right, because once it's all over, high school's over, their kid
I'm
is already
38, and my kid
much
is 30.
older, and now they can do whatever they want, because they have all that time, they have all those years, and they're still youthful.
That's how you know Big Man's from Oklahoma. Look how he spelled when.
Nick, was that a first marriage? Because I know you haven't been with your wife that long, right? Because you said I heard you guys talk in your live. You guys were married for like 9 years or something. So is your current wife your second wife? Because you haven't been married to her that long, right? But I don't want none you DNA up.
So is Mick counting his relationship with circus cows as a marriage, or is that because that's like non-existent? Did you notice my final hat change? Did you?
Yes, I noticed.
Okay,
Yes,
he was married once before. Okay, Mick, gotcha, brother. All right, I really am. I could sit here. I wish this were a therapy or an early COVID therapy, because Johnny and I would stay up till 3, but it's a late COVID therapy. And Gary goes for the final hat change. Gary, thank you very much for hanging out tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Always
having
good
me.
to have you on here.
Thanks for letting me be the opening band on the 2021 World Tour. Of all. Now this is all like your previous guests, right, from the beginning?
No. This is anyone. If we could get the community to vote, it would be nice, because I would really like them to vote who shows up here. But it's anyone who they think makes the beer community a better place.
Oh, then how the hell did I end up here?
Well, it's because you're 2021 Gary, not 2019 Gary, I would say.
Okay. Time machine. Oh, we forgot, Joe.
Yes.
Because we had to reschedule, obviously. So our snack crate box counts as a previous engagement, okay?
Yes. Okay, I'm with you. There, yes.
Because that's been planned. We have
That had been planned for
family
8,000
thing
years.
like that doesn't count. That's not a business thing. That's
No.
2 old guys with their kids eating snacks.
Right. That had been planned since Mick looked 22, so it's been a while. Are you serious, Mick? My first wife snitched in some dealers and got murked?
No
Oh my
way.
goodness.
Are you
Jeez.
serious?
That's why
dark.
he was so old. He was stressed
That's
out.
dark.
That.
I mean, but in Oklahoma, what the hell is going on in Oklahoma?
Tiger King took her out.
Now I can't leave because I got to see McMahon's answer.
Carol Baskin.
Even Ron's got the eyeballs like, we're waiting. You can't just draw something
Well,
like that in
You know, Mick is typing like this with those big old signs. Oh my God, dead serious, Mick! I don't even
we
want to
need-
mess with
okay.
this.
Mick needs to be on screen to tell his story. Do we have 5 minutes?
Okay,
Come on, Mick.
I do, but I just want to say I went hands off, and look at what Pershing does.
It was already the first stuff. So your ex-wife really got snuffed out for real?
Oh, he was already
Okay.
divorced though.
That takes a little of that sting.
But
Yeah,
still,
McMahon. God damn it, I don't care. What do I care? Mick, do you want to jump on here?
Yeah, everybody wants to know now. We got to hear
Yeah.
the story. And I'll stop talking to hear it.
Hold on, let me get
Johnny will throw you the link, Mick.
I'm gonna get snuffed out if I don't go home soon. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think of this kind of stuff happening in Circus Cow, Oklahoma. That's no way. What the hell? I mean, I guess they do, drugs and stuff like that, but holy shit.
At least not with somebody you know.
Yeah. Ex-wife or no?
Like, I got to know the story. And if it's touchy, I don't want Mick to be like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want Mick crying on screen. That's the last thing we need.
All right, so I sent them the link in IG.
Now, are we going to get
live
out for knowing this information? That's what I want to know. Are we going to have some Oklahoma Joes coming for us to kill us because?
Well, we're all
the circus cows going to be, watching us as we're throwing out the garbage.
Black market.
Every time I drive by the farm, I'm going to be looking at those cows like, are those circus cows or those?
Yeah, Rob, you and me both. That's why I'm not going to bed. Hell, I don't give a shit. She wasn't right.
She's right.
Oh,
I've never done this before.
Oh, Jesus.
I sent the link, so I don't know.
Now, hold on.
Take a minute to find it.
I know.
I have a hard time finding small things, I heard.
He's on Oklahoma time. No, easy. He's got a mosey. They mosey in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I've seen him trying to put a computer together on live one time. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah, maybe not tech, but I'll tell you what. That dude is good with his hands.
Oh, yeah. Mick's a talented guy.
Yeah.
We're just busting.
Oh, yeah.
She's a rotten human being. Wow.
Well, maybe
It could have been that rotten. You were married to her after all.
His wife said something about it being lunch earlier. I wonder, are you at work, Mick?
Oh, well, why would he say that? I can't come in.
Did he say? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he hasn't denied our request.
Yeah, he didn't deny nor confirm that he was going to come in. So I think
Hell yeah, ruled as an OD, but it was intentional.
He has seen the link. I don't know if he's clicked it yet.
Well, James Person, were you in the live with him and his wife? It got a little out of hand at times. See, this is why I can't believe.
Oh, Mrs. Mick is back. He married her just to save her. Is his excuse. Oh, I thought he said you went to bed. What you doing?
It's like Mrs. Mick heard about this woman, and all of a sudden she's like,
Dad hooker story. All right, tell the story. We're all ears.
I mean, there ain't a whole lot of a story there. She, so when we got divorced, she was all screwed up, all strung out and shit, and she went to jail, and she wanted out, so she snitched on these two crazy dudes, and these guys shot up a couple of houses with kids in them, thinking she was there.
Wow.
Trying to get to her, and she snitched on them. She got out, and all of a sudden, like 2 days after she got out, she ended up ODing, or actually she came up missing for well over a year, and she supposedly OD'd in this dude's house, and he took her body out and buried it out by one of the turnpikes out here, and somehow the freaking OSBI broke him, and he finally admitted where she was at. His ass is in prison now for improper disposal of human remains or something like that.
That's what they got him on? They couldn't get him on something
So, I mean, I guess that's kind of a slippery slope. Most likely he didn't do it. He just kind of facilitated it. But,
okay, gotcha.
But since it was ruled as an OD, really nobody's in trouble for that. He was in trouble for not coming forward.
Where the hell in Oklahoma does this stuff happen?
Oh, dude, this happens everywhere in Oklahoma. Like, this little town I live in.
Streets of New York. We're going to the streets of Okies, Muskogee.
Oh, yeah.
God, I'm not going anywhere near there. I don't need to.
Dude, we've had like 5 or 6 murders.
Your wife says, don't forget to tell us how she saved you, bar none. She even put bar none, like she
wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
the time that she saved you.
Your wife said she saved you.
Wait.
Don't forget to tell them I saved you, bar none.
Oh, I thought you was talking about my ex-wife. I'm like, my ex-wife didn't fucking save me.
This wife, the one who's 30
Is
years
she
younger.
not with us anymore? Like, how's she gonna type in the chat?
Because your wife didn't go to bed like you said.
I really thought she was. When I pulled in, the front door was open. I was like, oh shit, she's been watching this the whole time.
Her spider sense her ex-wife, and she got right back on the therapy. That's all I know.
You want to hear another funny story about her?
Your ex-wife?
No, yeah. So check this out. This is karma. This is 100% karma, right? So then, and me and my wife now, we had just started dating, and it was really late at night one time, and we drove over to like McDonald's or Taco Bell or something, and I was coming back, and my ex-wife called my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? So I answered it, and she's crying, and I'm like, I couldn't make out nothing. I'm like, hey, shut the fuck up and fucking talk, or don't call me. And she was like, Jeremy's dead. And I was like, just fucking died laughing. I'm like, listen, I bought you a brand new vehicle. You fucked that dude in that vehicle while me and you were still together. That's karma right there. I said, what happened to him, by the way? He was drunk and didn't turn his lights on and got hit by a dump truck.
I don't know if we should be laughing at the dead, though.
I appreciate that.
Karma. I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer in
I don't
karma.
think Oklahoma's worse than DC. DC's.
Wow, I am gonna stay in Jersey.
Well,
I'm not gonna
here's how I can back up the mean streets of Oklahoma story for Mick. When I was researching his high school, he started off with a graduating class of 11, and then it was just him and the cow by the end. So they get into trouble big time there. They're knocking kids off. Nick's evil laugh is I like James at the fact it was after a guy gets hit by a dump truck.
But we got to know how Mrs. Mick saved you. Because she said, don't forget to tell us. So how did she save you?
I don't know the story there.
Were
Other
you
than,
drowning in like quicksand with a circus cow?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know the story there other than just we met. I mean, she was like the first decent woman that I dated, probably ever, really.
Really?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She got you with that peanut butter meringue pie, didn't she?
Right? Dude,
That I'm still waiting for. And by the way, I'm still waiting for the thing for me to pay for Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, brother, them are gone, man. We ended up selling them all.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate you.
I sent it to you, and you
yeah. He's sitting there waiting. He's like, oh, hey, oh god,
And the
now.
link. Yeah, I sent it to you in the link.
I don't remember.
Man, that's what it was. So she just donated 2 pies to a pie auction. What was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
And like the pie auctions is for like the FFA.
Yeah.
And like people pay big money for them, but them 2 pies brought $1,400.
What?
Yeah.
That's too rich for my blood.
Oh yeah,
$1,400 for pie.
it's not like the pie is just made of gold or nothing, but I mean they're good
Right.
pies, but people go there and pay big money to help out the
Yeah.
FFA students.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can afford
really-
cookies. I can't afford pie apparently.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
You can save a man by being a decent human being. I don't know what you're saying there, bro. There's a lot of ways that could go.
biggest pet peeve in this community. One of my biggest pet peeves is that when you're actively on a live and people will send you invites to other lives while you're actively on a live.
Right.
Somebody's sending you a link to a live?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Johnny, we usually end it all.
Probably an IG live.
I'm just
And it's
saying.
not Gary?
It ain't me.
Just saying.
Whoa.
He's been wanting to do that all night, I think. Oh, Eric, I love a good story, even if bad beckons. I love a good story.
Johnny, do you have to use a cable, like a special cable to use that camera as your webcam?
No, it's a regular USB.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I see. I wasn't sure. I was actually just talking to Devin today, and because some people said I might have to have a capture card, but all we got to have for the M50 is a cable too. So I'm gonna try to get that hooked up here pretty quick. How do you like that Sony? Is it pretty nice?
It's good. Oh, this is the first time me using it. So
Oh,
I just literally opened it up today, plugged it in, and updated it, and using it now. That's it.
I watched a bunch of comparison videos from the Sony to the Canon, and I couldn't, which I don't know anything about tech, but I couldn't really tell a lot of difference. They were using a lot of big words I didn't understand. So,
God, I love you, Mick. Oh.
I don't know. I mean, it's the first camera I've ever owned. I've never even owned a throwaway camera, I don't think.
All right, this is going to be my final comment of the night because I want to leave James Persian on a cliffhanger. James, I've seen Crazier Eyes in a live with Johnny Grooms. But for whatever reason, that live mysteriously, poof, never made it to the Johnny Grooms channel. Oh, yeah, baby. James just said Crazy Eyes close-up. Nice. Oh, yeah, right, Johnny Grooms. And with that, I want to thank all of you in the audience for coming tonight. We appreciate it. I'll leave Johnny with that. Mick, it's Dead Hooker Storage. Sorry, Mick. Dead Hooker Storage. It's good seeing you too.
That was good. That was good. That was a good one. It took me a second. I was like,
I figured it's been a while. It's been a move.
while. That's hilarious.
And we will see you all next Wednesday at the regular time with I don't know who, probably nobody. I haven't scheduled anyone for the move because I didn't want to have to cancel. So maybe
Yeah,
John
we'll
and I
see.
will free ball it and bring people on out of the blue.
All right. Any last words, Gary? Anything?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you
Anything you
guys
want
for having me on. Thank you, crowd, for asking questions. Love it. Good show.
Awesome.
And I didn't talk shit about anybody, but that's a good job.
Yeah. All right, Mick. Anything you want to plug?
I can't talk about my personal life.
Come on. I said, Mick, anything you want to plug before I hit the button? I'm going to hit the button. I said,
Hit the button.
okay.
Joe's taking
See you all later.
Joe's
Sure.
taking his
Joe's
shirt
taking his
off.
shirt